Hey everybody, welcome to another fantastic Thursday night edition of D&D with the most ordinary D&D group on the Prime Material plane. I'm your host and DM tonight, DM Roy, and this is our motley crew that we play with every Thursday. There has been a lot. When I say a lot, I mean like a million hours of discussion this week, because last week the game did not go as anticipated. The party has been scavenging the ruins of the city of Omu, looking for the 9 keys to open the Tomb of Annihilation so that they may enter it and thereby find or destroy the soulmonger, whatever it or he or she may be, in order to save the world. They'd done really, really well. They had accumulated a total of 6 keys over the last couple of weeks, and last week they met another group that also was interested in finding these keys, a group of red wizards from ToA. That encounter did not go optimally, as a single cone of cold apparently broke the party. So the Red Wizards then captured the keys that the party had acquired and went about their way to find the 9th and final key. In there, though, the party got some news that the Red Wizards apparently do not know, and that is that Raznisi, who is, well, we don't know 100% what he is yet, but we do know that he is an ancient, very powerful entity here in the land of Cholt, who currently seems to be ruling over a group of Yuan-Ti that are here in Cholt to, apparently, to try to bring forth Dendar the Night Serpent and to bring night upon the land, eternal night upon the land. So there's a key piece of information the party has. Actually, in fact, they were approached by a what appears to be a separate faction in the Night Serpents, a faction looking to perhaps overthrow this Raznisi. So there's some dissension in the ranks of the Yuan-Ti, but we don't have a lot of information about that either. As such, the party spent much time last week, much time last week, deliberating on the best course of action, because this is a tough spot. The Red Wizards of ToA are a trio of wizards, at least one of whom is 9th level, apparently. They also have a cadre of bodyguards, and they're a serious force to try to beat in a direct confrontation. So the group has been working hard all week to try to figure out what in the world they could possibly do to either defeat this group or at least to secure the cubes. So that's where we are. Any points of business we need? You guys that have journaled, Alessandra, I'm looking at you alone. I think you and Sashira. Make sure you guys take your inspiration. Though you guys are, I see you guys are maxed out on inspiration already. Very fantastic.
What about all my planning?
That's great. You're also maxed out on inspiration. In fact, the only person who doesn't have inspiration is Restalnos. Restalnos, what's going on, dude? What's are you too busy eating over there to what? What's going on? Where's the writing, man?
Well, I helped Moxanari with her story.
I'm not sure sleeping with Moxanari is like inspiration worthy, helping her with her story. I'm not convinced of that.
Well, then you sleep with Restanos and see if you find inspiration.
It would be the opposite. Actually, maybe I should give her inspiration for having to. Let's see. Okay, so the introduction. Oh, one more small complication in this is that so basically the case is that there are 9 cubes. 8 of them are currently in possession of the Red Wizards of ToA, and this is a group that the party would be hard pressed to defeat in a head-on confrontation. There's another faction that are the Yuan-Ti, though they're a little unknown because apparently Raznisi, the leader of the Yuan-Ti, has the 9th cube. The Red Wizards don't know about this, and even within that faction, apparently there's some dissension as the party has been approached by some other member of the Yuan-Ti seeking to get the party's aid in overthrowing Raznisi. So the possibilities are endless, but the party's in a bad spot as they need the 9 keys to enter the dungeon and save the world. with this, I open the mic to you, my friends. What are we doing, noble party? How are we going to find these cubes?
All right, Dungeon Master. The first part is we need to find the camp of the Red Wizards. Now, Orbeck should be able to lead us there, right? Or at least give us directions.
Since he came from there.
Yes.
Where on the map is this camp of the Red Wizards?
Orbeck says, well, the Red Wizards, and much as you have been doing yourself, the Red Wizards do not have a singular base of operations. Rather, they have been exploring the city as they can and resting in the places that they find or found to be safe. The shrines are very good sources of these places, as the shrines are generally have a single entrance. Many of the shrines, in fact, have gigantic doors, stone doors that weigh hundreds of pounds, that are easy to close and secure for resting.
Okay. But
As it is early afternoon, well, I would venture to guess that they are on their way now to the final shrine. Though, as far as I know, they do not know where it is. But there is only a small area of the city we have not yet searched, so I feel fairly confident we can narrow it down.
They already said that it was, I believe they said that it was to the northeast.
Yes. Or somebody, yeah, you guys have deduced that some kind of way.
Well, they actually told us.
Oh, well, then they may have a pretty good idea for where they're going, actually.
all right then. Can we track them in some way?
I have feet. I mean, I can track feet. Footsteps.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So sure, go ahead and roll me some tracking.
Scouting from the air.
I think we have a problem with their screens, guys.
What's up?
Well, it said that it was showing, but it showed Josh's. I restarted again. Maybe Twitch is freaking out on my phone.
Oh, yeah, it didn't show. This is what I was talking about, Roy. It didn't update your status. You're still listed under creative with Ubernobu in their first art stream.
Son of
That's
a...
the title of the stream.
And when I started it, it started his originally, but then when I went back, it showed now we have a new one.
Hang on.
Sorry, everybody, for the technical issues.
What's our category? Dungeons, and I'll be your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons. What are our communities? RPGs. And,
Yeah, it's streaming correctly now, at least.
is it?
Yeah, I see a map of Omu, 5 of us goal, and you in the top corner.
Title still looks off to me, but I don't. Aside from pulling in random people from Twitch, I don't know that we need to worry about that right now.
Yep. All right. So that's updated. Should be better.
Still a tad of a candle after in the background there, Chris.
What's wrong with canned laughter?
Nice
Is that-
bit, actually.
Isn't that fun? Yeah. It's like. Okay. So. Yeah. So Orvex conveys that information as he can.
Right. So we're tracking these Red Wizards to try and find where they are.
All right. Sashira, roll me a tracking check.
Will do.
This is a little tough because it is a city. There's a lot of stuff going on. You kind of know the direction they left in, so that'll help, I
Okay.
guess.
And I have tracked these guys before. There we go.
Nineteen is
He
pretty
already
solid.
knows their shoe sizes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm just, well, I often wonder how exact the science tracking actually is. It's a little gray and fuzzy, but
Agreed.
Yeah. So you guys can basically try. They apparently took a pretty direct path to the north, and you can track them to this location.
Ooh, good water.
Can you share the map? Because I just have
Can
a
you share
whole
the-
lot.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. How's that?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you can kind of track them to there. Well, okay, fine here. But then they apparently just sort of headed off across the water or into the water.
Did they go north or did they go northwest?
I mean, they walked to the north and then they got to the water, and this is the last of the tracks is at the water.
And have we been to that temple-looking area that's actually in the water?
Wasn't that Nang Nang?
Was that Nang Nang?
That was Nang Nang.
No, Nang Nang is let's see. Wait, I don't want to do that. Let me just write it. So Nang Nang is was here. How's that work?
Here. Sorry, I don't have it
To the
here.
east. Look on the other side of that circle area. That is Nang Nang's temple.
Oh,
Okay.
way over there.
Yeah.
So we have not been to that temple-looking area that's
At the
in the
bottom
northern
of
part of the water. Thing that has the wall around it.
And the waterfall with some sort of just a waterfall spilling in just northeast of it.
You have not been in that area.
Okay, awesome.
Well, guess that's where we're going then.
Okay. Let's see. I wonder if I can give you guys. All right. Well, somebody can control this guy, right? If you want to show me where you guys are headed, then we'll see how this turns out. So you guys, let's see. How long has it been before you took off tracking the Red Wizards?
Probably about an hour, right?
An hour. Okay.
Yeah, because didn't we do a long rest right after?
No, we did a short rest.
I'm sorry, a short
We
rest?
long rested, got our asses kicked, then short rested.
Gotcha. So 1 hour.
So about an hour.
Plus however long it takes us to get to this point.
Yeah. Well, that would be kind of probably an even. It would take you as long as it took them. I'm just kind of thinking of what's been happening.
Of where they're at.
Yeah. So, okay. So you guys are all right. So you guys are traipsing through the water. There's a slight current of this water that's kind of pushing against you. Not a big deal. This will be waist deep water as you're kind of wading through this. Let's see.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Roy, I changed outfits.
Okay. Oh yeah, cool, very cool. Okay, so who would be leading this entourage?
Sashira.
Sashira, roll me perception.
You got it. In the box. Oh.
Hey, look, a natural one.
Sweet.
While tracking,
All right, and yeah, so, well, he's not. I assume she's not tracking through the water, but yeah. So you guys are just walking up on this place, just a big group of y'all walking up to this temple.
And
Right.
the cone of cold hits again.
Well, I'm just establishing that you guys are just traipsing on up there. All
There's
right.
no other way to do this.
Okay.
I mean, we're not traipsing.
No.
We're trying to keep an eye out, obviously.
yeah,
I mean,
we are looking for the Red Wizards. So it's not like a passive thing. We are in search of Red Wizards.
And we do not necessarily want them to know that we are in search of red wizards. Should
Right.
we see
Well,
them.
That's what I'm wondering. As you guys are, the closer you get, the easier you will be to spot. And I haven't heard a nary a word of anything like sneaking or such. So,
Really?
really, I haven't heard. I have heard nary a word. That's better, right? Is that better?
Right.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sure, why not?
Well,
You're right.
we want to sneak up on the red wizards, and we're searching for the red wizards. So,
Well, I know you're searching for them. Okay, no, I imagine that you guys would probably be, especially as scared as you are of the red wizards. All right, so you guys can get here. You guys can kind of duck behind this building, and you can look across the way, and you can see that there are a couple of those guys. So how far away? This is about
The mercenaries.
Yeah, so this is, it's a couple hundred feet away, but it is, in fact, as you suspected. There are, in fact, 2 mercenaries that are sitting sort of outside this area here, just sort of kind of casually keeping watch on things, looking out in your direction.
free.
So should we start killing mercenaries then?
No.
We should stop and be very still.
No, but I mean, like,
I need to compile a list of quotes from the life cleric of Lathander.
And quiet.
They're too close. They're too close to the rest of the main group. We would never be able to take them out quiet enough so as not to alert the rest of them that we're fighting, and then they're just going to come out.
So where are they in relation to us right now? In front of us?
So they're a couple hundred feet. Well, they're sort of to your northeast, right? They're in that building. So like that building up there is kind of the typical compound you guys have found, right? It's this sort of walled. Well, used to be a walled compound. The walls are crumbling.
This compound?
What? I couldn't hear you while I was talking.
I don't understand the scale of the map, Roy.
Right. So this is the sort of the typical kind of walled compound that you guys have come to find. You guys are a couple hundred feet away, probably 200, 250 feet away, something like a couple hundred feet away. The walls outside of this are crumbling. You can even see from this distance that this looks like one of those typical things where it's got these giant slabs of stone doors that are there. Clearly have been pushed open, and outside the doors, and this whole compound is surrounded by water. So even as the map seems to portray is accurate, it's like flooded. The whole area is flooded. There are 2 guards sort of sitting at the top of some steps that lead into lead up to these giant stone doors, and they're sort of looks like just kind of typical posted guards keeping an eye out.
They look like they spotted us.
They do not look like they've spotted you.
Is it possible to use those buildings directly south of the temple as like cover to hide behind?
Of course, it just requires the dice to be in your favor.
How many dice need to be in
Oh,
there?
well then.
Well, it would be just a very standard stealth check, right? For each person. For each person that wants to go there must make their own stealth check to be stealthy and quiet.
Shit.
I don't think wading in water gives you disadvantage, so we won't do that. But yeah,
Actually,
Can I
actually,
use
if we use the waist-high water as cover, it would likely give us advantage because we can get low in the water and just have our heads up, and then they would have to spot our heads.
Yeah.
Can I use
How about that?
visions to create an illusion of nothing, sort of like, so that the water doesn't look like there's any disturbance in it while we move across?
sure. Well, okay. So this isn't still water. Like this is sort of like you're not very far from that waterfall. It actually falls a couple hundred feet. So even from this range, in fact, that's true. Even from this range, you can hear the waterfall pretty well. So I'll take Chris's suggestion and the waterfall being within earshot, and give advantage to anybody who might want to go through here. Sure.
Right.
Good.
I'm saying that can I use an illusion to mask the movement across the water, so we don't need to make stealth checks? Or
I see. That's a good question. Can you? What kind of illusion are you trying to do with that?
silent image?
No, silent image, like hallucinatory terrain, 100%, right? Silent image, I don't think silent image creates an image of a thing. It doesn't allow you to kind of repaint.
Right, but why can't that thing be an image of the water and the air and the environment?
Yeah, I don't think that's the intention of the spell, because that's what hallucinatory terrain does, right? That's what.
All right. So you're saying advantage on these checks?
Yeah. If you guys want to sneak over there.
Nope.
Actually, well,
How deep's the water?
wait. How, like, waist high? How close are you guys trying to get to these guys? I mean, because you could probably.
Well, if we cross on the southern side,
Yeah.
we can like go here, and then use the buildings to move up to there.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can kind of make your way kind of down, around, out of sight. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. No, you're solid. Okay, yeah. So you guys can get to here basically undetected. No problem.
All right.
So you can get within like 100 feet undetected. But moving closer than this will probably start requiring some rolls. Or
Right, now,
will.
do I have line of like how far is it from me to the temple entrance? Not the temple entrance, but say the obelisk outside the temple.
Let's see. So the obelisk. Let me take a look. The obelisk outside.
Do we have a map of that temple?
Yeah, we could do that. Hang on. This will take about 30 more seconds. All right, so this is the this is basically the outside map of the shrine. So you can see the obelisks, like the typical obelisks that you're used to, are not really very far at all from the entrance of the shrine. I guess that's about 15 feet. So we'll put that at 100 feet, basically, from you to the obelisk, or if it helps you to be to the steps, then that's fine. On the steps are where the guards are. Basically, one assigned to each side of the steps.
Are
And
those
they're not being-
alligators really?
Yeah.
Alligators?
From here, you don't see any alligators swimming.
Okay, so at this point, so I have line of sight to this, right?
Sure.
Okay, so we can, and I'm within 120 feet of the outer obelisk, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So at this point, we can kind of let the Red Wizards do their thing. I say we let them stew for a while.
Okay.
All right.
We could flood them in the temple if you like. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Kill. We must kill.
I'm just thinking stone doors, flood a temple, breathe water, bitches.
Well,
Well, that's only a third level spell. There's no.
No, it's a 4th level spell.
Breathe water's third.
Yeah.
Cone of Cold is also a 4th level spell, and they have that.
Fifth level spell.
Cone of Cold is a 5th level spell.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Mr. DM, I think what we want to do is we want to let them kind of discover for themselves that the stone's not there,
Okay.
and kind of like let them give them a chance to kind of like think about the consequences before we act. So we're just gonna kind of like chill out and hang out here for a little bit, let time pass.
Yeah, I like it.
Can we hang out in a building and look through a window or something maybe instead?
Well, these are all ruins.
Instead of in the water in the middle of buildings?
Well, I think we're kind of on a structure at this point.
Okay.
Let's see.
Looked like we were in between buildings unless I'm missing something.
All right. So, yeah, maybe 5 or 10 minutes into this, you guys see a another of the.
Guards.
No, you guys see another of the wizards. In fact, the same guy that destroyed you last time, the guy with the pointy beard. He sort of comes out and he stands on the doorway and he speaks with the guards. He talks to them for maybe a minute or so, and they seem to be nodding a yes. And he goes back inside, and the guards take up what seems to be sort of more vigilant positions. In fact, a third guard comes out and stands on the steps with them. and the door is was previously pushed open more. It seems to be sort of pushed shut a bit, so you can still definitely squeeze through, but like maybe just one person at a time could squeeze through the door at this point, and the guards take up positions. They look a little more vigilant than they were before.
I don't think that. Okay, so they probably set some sort of an alarm, and we tripped an alarm.
That's not I don't think that's an accurate read on it. Like they don't seem to be like looking for you. It seems like something happened, and the wizard came out and gave these guards some kind of update, and then they said, hang tight, make sure we're not disturbed. And then another guard came out to guard, and they pushed the door shut a bit, as if they were gonna maybe spend some time in there or something, where they didn't want to be disturbed.
Start detecting thoughts. Just make sure nothing comes within 30 foot of us.
I think it needs it.
All right. Can you? All right. I'm gonna have to research detect thoughts and see if that's how it works.
No.
I think it needs a target.
Yeah, I don't think it's a blanket. I can detect anything that ever comes within 30 feet of me ever permanently. But maybe. All right. Any courses of action with this new update?
Well, that's tougher.
Do wizards get anything back after an hour, or do they need a long rest?
No, they need a long rest.
Wizards
For their cone of cold.
Wizards actually do get some things back after a short rest. Not their full spell list, but they get
I don't
yeah.
think they get fifth level spell back.
Yeah, they get. I don't think that, but they get like half of their. No, they can't get a. I think they can get half of their level. A spell slots up to half their level with a short rest. So if you were wizards, you could benefit by, if you had some fight, for example, it would benefit you to short rest. Not a lot, but so they could ostensibly get back like any fourth level spells or something they may have used or something like that.
Okay, so
Gerald, I have a thought.
what's that?
Oh boy.
So right now we're about 100 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get within 30 feet,
Well, I was right about that. Oh man, my knowledge is going up.
I can charm or attempt to charm the 3 guards there and then lure them to us. And basically the part of the beginning part of that of our plan could take effect right now.
That's true, but what are we going to do with 3 guards?
We're going to kill them.
I knew it.
So we kill them, and then what happens when the red wizard comes out to talk to the 3 guards, and we don't have any guards there?
Well, the red wizard
Well,
is
that
not going
would
to
be
talk
up
to any
to
guard.
them to figure out, because we're going to pull them back behind the buildings. We're not going to leave any bodies there.
You kidding? We're going to feed them to the alligators that are right there that we don't see.
That we don't see, that there may not even be.
That has some virtue.
What about if you could make an illusion of a Yanti at that point, then pinning the blame on others?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. We get rid of the 3 guards, place the Yanti illusion, and then, but that still doesn't.
Or can the Yanti illusion be running away when the wizards come out?
No, the Yanti. We need the Yanti to challenge the wizards.
Do we, or just have them run away?
No. The whole point is to create a situation where the wizards have to split up. You can't do that just running away.
Yeah,
You do
Orvex.
that- all that's to do is the T follow the Yanti for revenge.
I think the whole plan might have to be explained at this point. I mean, we read it. Some of us read it. Some of us didn't.
I think
Gotcha.
everybody's up on it now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay, good.
Orvex, as you speak of splitting them up, Orvex, he mentions, he says that may be slightly tricky, convincing them to split up. You may recall when I first met you, we had split up into 2 separate groups. There were originally 4 of the Thay wizards that were in here, and we split up into 2 separate groups. And each separate group turned out to be, well, perhaps not strong enough to protect itself from the perils of this city. Now that they have lost one of their companions, it may be a bit trickier to convince them to split up yet again.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, all we have really to offer is the ninth cube. If they're so paranoid about that they're not willing to take a risk to get the ninth cube, then I don't know. Then we really don't have any options.
There's also the option, the possibility that something has happened inside the temple, because we know that each one of the temples has their own threats. If those threats after Ras Nisi are still active, the reason that they could be posting guards outside is because they're trying to figure out how to circumvent a threat. They could be weakened now or soon. So,
is there a way to find out? Can we stealth up?
I don't think that all of us trying to stealth up is going to be the best option.
Absolutely a bad idea. We do have a walking lighthouse with us, so yes, I'd say
It's daytime at least.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Chris, what happens if one of them makes a saving throw against charmed person?
oh sheesh.
Well,
I
charmed
mean-
person's a single creature, right? It's not like
No.
I can do it up to 4 creatures within 30 feet right now because of my
He's casting it as a 4th level spell.
I'm casting it as a 4th level pact.
What?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So as
okay.
long as they're within 30 feet of each other, I can do up to 4 of them. And right now they are. If any one of them makes their save, then I mean, either A, I can try to still lead them away, either by running off or something.
Yeah, but then we give away the whole thing, right? So if one saves, then the Red Wizards know it's us that's doing this.
I don't think that's conclusive. I don't think that they know it's us.
How
No.
how close do you have to get, Chris?
I can be a Yanti when I do it.
What are the,
How?
Ah.
I have disguise self.
Well,
At
you
will.
can't take the form of a Yuan-Ti. You can take the form of the Yuan-Ti, the ones that still look human, but you can't take the snake form.
Right.
I
Well,
can't have snake legs.
the interesting part of that is that the ones who still look human, well,
Snakes
they look
have
human.
legs.
Like it's not like.
Yeah, but we don't have the torso. Right. So.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so he,
wouldn't
yeah,
even recognize the Yuan-Ti.
right.
That's.
Well, alternatively, I can
You
also
wouldn't look like yourself, so.
I
Yeah.
could not look like myself.
Okay, so, so if we fail, then we can still kind of blame the Yuan-Ti for this.
Yeah,
So what's the range on the?
30 feet.
So you've
So
got to get within
if-
30 feet, and then you've got to charm them, and then any failure, what?
And they have to assume that a human they see would be a Yanti. But is that a natural connection to make?
Well, they just have to assume it's not us.
Yeah, it can look like anybody.
Okay. Well, okay.
So that all works.
Why wouldn't they assume it's us?
Well, because they've already met me,
Yeah,
so
they'll have
they
it.
know what I look like.
If there's a
They also
survivor,
are wizards, but they know about magic.
That's true, but they don't know what well, the thing is, they don't know anything about us, right? Because we never got to act, so they don't know.
It's just true.
But
So,
so
they're
even
concerned,
if I go up there as a extremely beautiful Chultan woman,
What if you go up there as Orvex?
Ooh.
Interesting.
I could go up there as Orvex, except for if I cast a spell and somebody makes their save. Now,
and they know
our
Orvex is a wizard.
huh?
They know Orvex is a wizard, but they also know Orvex is working with us. So that's
No, Orvex is not a wizard.
He's not a wizard.
Oh, never mind then. Either way, Orvex is working with us. That's a direct connection to us. So that's no good.
A random woman, I think, is worse too. Like, I think I like the Auntie idea.
Yeah,
Well, I can't have Snake.
we can't sell that enough. Is the problem?
Go as a man. Go up as a man.
What?
Our party is almost all women. So again, going up as a woman is going to be a tie to us.
Yeah, but I want to lure them away.
I get that.
All right, let's do it then.
What if we?
Just go ahead and make yourself look. Give yourself as many UNT snake features as you possibly can with the sky self. Then you're gonna have to run the risk of just going up there and casting a charm person and see if we can bring him back.
So before you do that, what's the purpose of this then? If we can't get him to understand it's Yanti? It sounds like we're doing the gorilla thing I was saying, pick them off one by one. Well, I don't see what we're doing really different, because if it fails...
We're trying to get them away from the door and get them farther to where the sounds of battle aren't going to be immediately heard, and that the corpses will be found and framed.
Yeah, so, right, what Elliot just said. It does give us the opportunity to frame the UNT before we meet with them.
We'd still have to kill the guards, though, somehow that would make it look... Okay.
No. We don't have to kill... Well, we have to kill the guards, but the guards can just disappear.
Yeah.
But then, see...
How would they know that it's Yanti, then?
Because we're going to create an illusion of a Yanti who's going to tell them that it was the Yanti.
I think they're going to see through that, because they still have to... They get it.
They are. They're absolutely.
We want them to. We want them to.
That's part of the plan.
Then what's going to stop them from figuring out that you're the one casting the illusion?
Because they don't know that I'm an illusionist. And remember, at the end of the day, they still look. It's kind of like Pascal's wager, right? They can gamble that we're lying about the cube. What do they gain? Nothing, right? But if we're telling the truth, and we actually have the cube, and there's a meeting and a chance for them to get it, then what do they gain? Well, they gain everything. So
and that's the thing that they need is the cube. So
even if they're suspicious, they still have to take the chance. I mean, we would have to. That's
just tell me what we're doing.
All right. So
tell me what we're doing.
Alessandra, how are you getting close to these guys without being seen?
I think I am. Well, first of all, I used the disguise self.
Okay.
Ability.
Tell me about this disguise self of yours.
Well, we've seen Yanti, so I kind of know what their different facial features look like.
Yeah, they're like snake people.
Right.
There are these other Melisons, I guess. Maybe Rastalnos would know. There are very human Yanti, of course, that passes human a lot. Maybe you can make yourself, give yourself some sort of scalish look on your face. Maybe make your eyes into these sort of slit-like snake eyes.
Sure. Okay. And if Rask Stalnos is familiar with that, then I can keep on working on it for a little bit until I get the look that he would think it would look like.
Okay. All right. You can make yourself.
And luckily, when we got here, I got a book about all the different races of Chult. So.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So you can do an interesting take where. Normally, the human-looking Yanti strive to look as human as possible, so as to pass among humans undetected. So now you're going to create a human-looking Yanti as snake-looking as possible. Interesting. All right.
One who doesn't go to the city because hasn't perfected the look.
Clearly, okay. All right. So you got you have a snaky-looking human. You have a okay. Done.
And once that's done, I can use. I was thinking about using Dimension Door. Thoughts?
I do like that. I do like that. The bad news is it wastes a 4th level spell. The good news is
they're all the same spell to me.
That you come from behind them instead of from the direction where the party is in.
You're losing a way to get away, though.
No, I don't, because if they attack me, if they fail or if they succeed and they attack me, then the first time somebody does damage to me, I can use Misty Escape to teleport 60 feet in any direction, and then I become invisible till the end of my next turn, which would give me enough time to move 90 feet. So I can be basically back. Not only would I teleport, but then I would be invisible and moving back to our position undetectable by them. So.
All right, let's do it.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Do you want guidance or anything cast on you before you go through this? Or on whatever ability check you want to make.
Is that a cantrip?
Yep.
Well, why not?
Yeah, might as well.
Do it.
Anything anything that anybody wants to do. If
Anybody want to
fire me,
talk me out of this?
That would be fantastic.
Anybody want to tell me not to?
Give you some bardic inspiration as well.
So,
Just
I'm
Sherry
still
gives
gonna
you a hug.
even though I am serpent-like, I'm still gonna be incredibly beautiful.
Okay. All right, right on. Okay, so where are you going? You said you're gonna dimension door.
I'm gonna dimension door,
Busting out the big new magics. All right.
busting out the big new magics.
Where would you like to dimension door to?
I am.
I've set up the
going to-
map, so this is sort of what you can see from where you are.
I'm going to dimension door to here.
Out of sight of them. Okay.
And then I am going to have to come around in order to cast my spell.
Yeah, I mean they're looking outward, right? So they'll be, they have a pretty solid chance of seeing you when you step out to cast a spell coming from this direction.
Right. And there's no way I can just look around the corner and cast a spell. I'm assuming.
No, I mean you could go in behind them. I don't know. But
Between them and the doors?
Like appear directly behind them.
it's dimension door, right?
Yeah.
But
That seems fun.
That seems really awesome, actually.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, put yourself in a tight spot, but
Well, again, if I get attacked, then I will be teleporting out as soon as I teleport it in.
I give yourself a little margin though, like a little 5-foot gap between you and them.
Sure.
yeah, but you can basically put yourself anywhere in there. I mean, dimension door is really powerful. You can kind of put yourself anywhere in there you want to be. So you can put yourself on the other side of the doors if you wanted to. It's dimension door is really, really powerful teleportation spell.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll be there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Charm Person.
Sounds fair. We'll give you that. We'll basically. Okay. Well, let's do this. I guess to be official, let's roll initiative. Though you're going to have a surprise round, so basically you'll take the first round, and then we'll act on initiative order in the second round. Well, we don't even need initiative. Okay, fine. Oh, you rolled. Okay, I'll roll. Rastalis, what are you doing? Why are you rolling initiative?
You
Everybody's
said let's roll initiative.
But you guys aren't even here. You guys you're like
We're not there, but we're watching.
no.
We're not
Well,
watching.
we'll see.
We're
We
not
might
able
need
to
it.
watch.
All
We
right,
can
fine.
start to the point. We can't see if our plan.
All right. Everybody roll initiative.
All the low rolls. Look at that. 874. That's success. Oh well.
He's within my area of effect. I'm easy.
How come these guys aren't on?
Mind you, I've lost the map, but that's not unusual.
All right.
Oh, if you just pull them out of the NPC list.
Yeah, but I'll put them directly to the map, though.
You gotta put them into the combat tracker and then put them to the map.
Yeah. All right. Well, if I have to fix it, I will. No worries. Okay. Fine. Can roll initiative. Roll NPC initiatives. Okay. 15. I beat you in initiative, Alessandra. Okay, do you want me to make? I'll give you the option. Do you? No, I guess I have to do all separate 3 rolls, right? Okay, fine. All right, Alessandra. 3. What's the DC on this? Wisdom saves, right?
Yes.
All right. What's the DC on this?
Oh.
15, I believe.
Yeah, it should be 15. It's wrong on my sheet
All right,
now,
there's a
but-
fair chance that these will all miss. Oh, 1 is charmed. 2 are charmed.
Close.
No! Come on! If only they had even a if only they were 1 point wiser, they would have recognized this. But no, as it is, it's no. This beautiful, gorgeous snake, a featured seeming woman appears out of nowhere, and she says,
Hello.
and they start and they look around, what? And then the magic of the hello falls upon them, and like, what?
They're Elliot at a sorority party.
They-
At least I got invited.
Yep.
Goblin Ninja is a cool dude. I'm not even lying. All right, Alessandra, you have 3 charmed guards whose job it is to make sure that you don't get in here. And here you are, where they regard you as a trusted friend or something like that?
Yeah.
All right, what are you going to do with this power?
Got to get them as far away as quickly as possible. You only have like 6 rounds. I think.
I have an hour.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Those steal the
Technically,
cubes
6
and bring them
turns.
to.
Turns 10 minutes.
Huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep moving.
Those steal the cubes and bring them to.
No. John, why?
Yeah, wait, no, look, everybody,
I didn't read a
They,
thing.
This
they regard
is-
me as a friendly acquaintance.
yes, so Chris is here. Let's let Chris play this out. Alessandra, you have 3 friendly acquaintances. Now, you know that these friendly acquaintances have at least some strong loyalty to these red wizards, if not through money, then through fear. So consider that when you're figuring out what you're going to ask your acquaintances to do for you.
I am going to start seducing the 3 of them,
All right.
saying, oh, thank God that you are here, that you are all here. I really, really need you.
And so the one guy kind of close to you looks at you and says, wait, how did you get here? What are you doing here?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we're guarding the shrine. How did you get behind us? That's crazy.
No, the wizards had already invited me here. You didn't see me come out of the doors?
No. Well, probably because we were so alert looking the other way, and we were clearly guarding the front because that's where the bad people would come from, or the good people would come from. But that's where they would come from. So, well, no, of course we wouldn't see you come out the doors behind us. So, I mean, we were absolutely guarding our post. Don't think that we weren't doing a good job.
You were doing such a good job.
Yes, we were definitely. Yes, I agree. We were doing a good job, weren't we, boys? Oh yes, the best job. We do the best jobs.
I caress his face when I say that, by the way.
All right. He likes this a lot. Okay. So
As a matter of fact, they told me that they are going to be sending some more guards here and that you should come with me. We need to go find the others.
but what others? They kind of look at each other. The others?
The others.
But isn't everybody inside? I mean, they're all resting, right? Like that's why they're in there. We're making sure nobody gets in there so they can rest and stuff. Who else are we looking for?
We're looking for the ones that would harm our group.
Yes. Well, yes, but they were beat down.
Do you want to come away with me?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Are you kidding me? But I mean, you know, we know what the Red Wizards do to people who abandon their post.
That's why I came out.
Well,
I would love a persuasion check anytime you're ready.
I was gonna say I feel like I have to put some dice into this. I will give you advantage since they are charmed and you are beguiling them with your wonderful looks and you're doing a fantastic job as a Yuan Ti type. Roll me some persuasion.
All right.
Oh, all right. The guy that sort of has, I guess, become the sort of impromptu leader of this trio. He says, "Well, I mean, you know, I guess if they're going to send out more guards, then you know, if they're resting anyway, then we might as well do whatever we want to do, right? Like, there's no reason to go in there and rest with them. We could be out here with you, you know."
Right. We need to go.
Yeah. But we have to find someplace dry. He kind of walks up to the edge of the steps. This has everything all soaked with this putrid water. This is disgusting. And he kind of looks around. And he in fact, he looks across the water. There's a building right across the water from where you're standing. He's like, we could go in there and, you know, hang out for a bit. What do you say? What do you say, boys? And the other two seem to be kind of like looking at each other in disbelief. Like, wait, really? And the other two are kind of like, what? No, get out of here. All three of us are going, or you're just going? And the other two, like, wait, all three of us are going, or just you're going, Bob?
Oh, of course you're welcome.
Bob
Don't
apparently.
you want to go? And I caress him on the shoulder.
Oh yeah, so this guy likes it, but Bob kind of steps in. He's like, I don't know, maybe we should just go. I don't know if we need all three of us.
Let's not be jealous.
Well, he kind of gives you. He steps back and gives you the kind of up down. He's like, yes. Well, I suppose this is an opportunity that's too hard to pass up. Come, friends, let's go have some fun, eh? The other guards will be out any moment, I'm sure. And you can lead the three guards across this water to the building directly across the water, where they hope to find some dry land to hang out with you. Hang out.
Yes.
To Netflix and chill. They're like, let's go watch some Netflix and chill.
Okay.
All right, where's the rest of the party during this?
Waiting.
We're waiting at the building where you are heading, I think.
I hope so.
Okay.
Is that the building, the ones that we were using for cover?
It's definitely in that area, yeah. So they're, you know, they kind of head toward you. You're I guess none of you really know what's going on, so you're a little startled, I suppose, perhaps, as the four of them sort of go down the steps and start wading directly towards where you are, actually. But I guess this is sort of the plan. So you're like, okay, fine. And they come across the water and they go into the building that's in front of you. What's the party plan for these three guys?
This is all you guys. I'm bringing him.
I think it's murder.
Yeah, I think that this one's just sorry, you guys.
Sucks to be you guys.
Can't be
we're gonna,
silent.
but if they're well, we don't know where they're going, but I think we should hide and observe where they go and then follow.
Hopefully,
Because
aren't they coming back to where we are?
Yeah, they're
we
basically
don't
coming to
know
where you.
that. They're heading this direction, but I think we should hide and observe and follow.
Well, Alessandra can lead them wherever. I mean, they sort of suggested, and that all this sort of falls in plans, right? Alessandra's plan was to bring them across, and they conveniently looked and found the nearest dry land, and that turns out to be where you are. So Alessandra could pretty easily take them kind of wherever you guys want them to be in this area.
I think we just hide out in one of the buildings until Alexander brings them in, and then we just dump them.
All right, do
Okay.
we?
I mean, if
Surprise-
y'all need to let me know
surprise,
where they are or where y'all are,
I'll
that's what
I have a
almost
message.
telepathy is for.
Well, I have actually a message cantrip. I can just
Oh.
send you a message.
There you go.
Tell you where to bring them.
All right, fair enough. Done. Let's see. Oh, no. Not there. All right, perfect. I guess we can.
And basically, Alessandra's our Russian prostitute. She'll just keep the marks looking in the wrong direction until the bad guys, well, us, come out of the shadows.
Well, us.
Well, us.
The heroes.
Oh my
Until the
Yeah,
heroes.
yeah, heroes.
Hey, man, look, desperate times and all that, you know.
Any other?
Yeah, we do want to bar the doors. Whenever they get inside a movable rod, the doors close.
All right, so this is where you guys are going to be. There's a
there's no
ruined
door.
building across the way, and there are no doors. Well, none left standing. Alessandra, let's see. Alessandra, I'll allow you to place yourself and the three thugs anywhere in this building you'd like to be.
I was hoping for the intact looking building right below that.
Yeah, we all have hopes.
Yeah, it's our ambush though.
Well, where
Okay, well let me tell you the map that I have available. How about
Okay.
that?
Oh well, in
Does that help?
case, now I understand.
Why don't we
Alright.
put Shishira over here to block?
So you guys set this up any way you want. So they're basically going to come from the east side of the map. That's kind of where they're coming from. We'll call that the north, but this side over here. So basically they're going to come from this way. Alessandra, you can lead them, and you can lead you and them to anywhere you want in here. The party can put yourselves anywhere you want, and whenever you guys are ready, we will roll initiative and give you a surprise round. Just in the off chance that things go very badly and you're not able to smack these guys down in one round.
Something like this, I think, is like if we get Alessandra to come in here,
Mhm.
then maybe these thugs come in after her, and then
Yeah.
she starts doing the kissy faces on the thugs, and that's when we like spring our ambush, and then Shishira can come up here, block this off, and then I guess Rastanos and Rafina can block this way off.
All right. Yeah. So like I said, set them up. Set them.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them in.
Can you move them? You can't move them.
I haven't tried yet. Hold on.
Move 'em.
I'm moving me. I cannot move them.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
Put them in a semicircle around me.
How about this?
Yeah. And they got her pressed up against the wall.
Oh yeah. Oh, they do. They
No,
definitely got to press up against the wall. All right.
I'm doing a striptease.
Oh yeah. In fact, they're doing a. There's been a little bit of ass slapping on the way in here, man. They're not waiting to start getting a little hands on this buffet.
I expect it from men.
Big dogs. We'll kill you all later.
That should be what we look like. Then.
Um,
So I'm going to start doing like a striptease
Okay.
to keep them purely focused on me and my assets.
All right. You got it. In fact,
What are my cantrips, though?
all right. In fact, because of that, Alessandra, not only give you guys surprise, I'm actually going to give them an initiative roll with disadvantage. I wonder if I can do it like this.
Nice.
And when they
Oh God. All right. Well. All right. This might be really quick.
Initiative now, or what?
Yeah. Everybody roll initiative. I actually managed to roll a 1 on this initiative. I probably should have saved that 1 for the wizards, but oh well. Such is.
Hey, well, thankfully, you know.
Yeah.
you can roll a 1 again, I believe in you.
I'm not really. Generally, my rolls are pretty good. Tonight, I've kind of failed every roll I've made, so I don't know if that's a shift in the tides or just a portent for disaster later. But I suppose we'll see what the dice turn out to be like later.
So If they do survive the surprise round,
Okay.
then I am going to call for them to protect me, to face them away from me, so that I can attack them from behind.
Well, let's take that as it goes. All right. So let's see. Wait, why is Misha at the top? Well, actually, all right. I guess you get to go first.
Really?
Looks like you've got the top initiative. Yeah, with a powerful 13.
Well, somehow Waxnari will step out and she will look at a thug and say, girl power. And then she will cast Sacred Flame on the nearest one.
Man, so very inspiring.
Go, girl power.
Keep your hands to yourself, you thuggish brute. And then she will cast Sacred Flame, because that's what Moxanara does. I don't know why. Did that go? I don't know why that went at disadvantage, but
I don't either. Try it again. I'm not sure why I had disadvantage either.
Oh, that was a failure.
Yeah, right.
They're at disadvantage on their save.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be. I think that might be because I clicked disadvantage before I did initiative, and maybe it didn't apply to initiative. So, anyway, all right. So the regular roll failed. All right.
So I do 14 points of damage, plus I do another 4 points. So, yeah.
Another how much?
Sacred Flame is radiant damage, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so that's the total damage. Should be 20 points of damage.
Another 4?
Yeah.
20 total?
Hey,
No,
which encounter-
18 total.
do we have any of our... Never mind, doesn't matter.
This is third encounter, right?
All right.
This is
our
Well-
third encounter. No, this is fourth encounter.
It would be.
fourth encounter.
Yeah, but third encounter was the wizards, and like, is that an encounter?
Yeah, that was
definitely counts.
Oh, that was an encounter.
It was a lot of talking, and talking counts as an encounter, I think.
Nothing. No, but you guys spent no resources in that encounter. That's not an encounter.
Yes, I
That's
went
it.
try potion of healing.
Many hit points were spent.
I spent spells.
That's true. Healing and such. Okay, fine. Fourth encounter.
Rafina is...
Not that it matters to me, really.
I'm done, by the way.
All right, who's after Moxanari? Looks like Rafina. Rafina, what are you even doing?
Same
No,
thing, I think.
Rafina's giving me the silent treatment.
Two Sacred Flames. Burn that one away.
Ah,
Burned
Sacred
away
Flames.
in its passion. His
So
lust burned him up.
The thugs next to him look and they're like, I don't know if that's amazing or terrible. What's going on? All right, Sashira,
Good stuff.
let's have it.
All right. I move 50.
Move 50.
That's
That was just a walk.
How would a normal move fit? I need to check these character sheets at some point. This is crazy. 50 feet.
No, don't do that. That would be awful for me. No.
All right, Sashira,
Oh,
the blender turns on. Seriously, you missed?
Sashira hasn't rolled above a 5 all day.
Oh, Sashira. Come on, Sashira. You're supposed to be like the blender, man.
Hey! Okay. And... Sweet. And this is a key strike.
Uh-oh.
So that thug has to make a save DC 15.
All right, what's the save about?
This is for a stun.
Stun. Okay, gotcha. DC 15, what, con save?
Con save, yes, sorry.
All right, they're better at con than they are at wisdom. Oh, no.
Not good enough.
Man, the dice are in your favor tonight. This might not be a Cone of Cold death night.
Thug number
Maybe,
2.
maybe.
Maybe
And
not.
I still have one more attack. This would be on a stunned character. So
All right, wait, let me put the effect. I guess it doesn't matter,
Oops,
but
well, I hit, yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but you could crit on.
All right, Thug 2 is stunned. This sounds like Star Trek.
Okay. Stunned until the end of my next turn.
All right, Alessandra, these guys are watching you strip. Well, they're not anymore. Now they're like, what's going on? It's an ambush. And they're mad at you. Arrgh. You betrayed us.
No, I'm going to say, what's going on? Protect me!
You clutch your pearls. Oh my, I do declare.
It's true. You need another persuasion.
My accent.
All right, so Alessandra says, oh no, help me, help me.
Do you want another persuasion?
Nope. Restanos, what are you doing?
Going to move to where I can see and cast Dissonant Whispers on the unstunned fella and do some damages. Then because of the failure, has to use his reaction to move as far as his speed allows away from me. Doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, but I think does invoke attacks of opportunity.
What? Was that Dissonant Whispers?
Yeah.
Would he really put himself in harm's way? Would he abandon the fair?
No, it wouldn't. So you have to move away from me, but not to obviously dangerous ground.
All right.
Oh, wait, he doesn't have a reaction. He's surprised.
Yep.
No
reaction.
That's funny.
Reaction move.
Fair.
That's actually pretty funny. All right, well, if he could run, he would. Unfortunately, he cannot. Surprise. Surprise. Back up to Waxanare.
Waxanare turns to... Oh, thug number 2. He's stunned, right?
2 is stunned.
2 is stunned.
Okay. Let me double check one thing before. This is a dex, so he automatically fails dex saves, right? When you're stunned? Is
Sure.
that true?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So,
They're incapacitated, can't move, can speak only falteringly, fail strength and dex. Yep. Attack rolls have advantage.
he will fail the Sacred Flame.
All right.
Take
Oh, no. Poor guy.
5 plus.
All right, he's beat down. Oh, he's no longer surprised, by the way. Now he's just angry.
He's just stunned.
It's a trap. Rafina.
He automatically fails the save if you're going after.
Auto fail. Look, it tells you auto fail. Boom, boom.
Nice.
Oh man. The 1-2 radiant flame thing is tough, man. Tough. Our poor guys can't survive it. Tough. All right, Alessandra.
Yeah.
You still clutching those pearls?
Nope. Taking a 5-foot step.
Hey, did you just skip Shashira?
Yeah, you skipped Sashira.
Dang it. Sorry, Sashira.
And I move myself back.
He's not sorry. He's not sorry.
But I clearly stated my sorriness. My sorrow?
Good. Nobody knows. All right. And we're not doing anything too fancy here.
Just a death.
Oh, hey. Exactly the same rules as last time. So far.
That was
Clong.
And one more. Oh.
You get 3 attacks per round without using key. Oh, that's right, you get 2 base attacks.
Yep.
Plus offhand. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So now it's my turn.
Yes, now it's your turn.
I take a 5-foot step back.
All right.
I shrug and say, sorry. And I attack him.
Dude, this is... Oh! God, murder hobos running the day here, man. Oh, man.
Hey,
Come
they
on.
Were they were keeping an eye out for the good guys so they could kill us.
Oh, man. Poor dudes.
I don't really feel bad about this.
Like 1 minute ago, this was like the best day of their lives, and now this.
That's pretty much how the best day of your life goes.
Then you die. Holy shit! Yeah. So the dude who had 2 hit points left, he was looking at you, and he's like, "Don't worry, we'll be okay." And you look at him, and you're like, "Sorry," and you just blow him up, and you knock him.
I'll be okay.
He goes flying back, lands on the ground in a crumpled, broken heap of death. Okay, you guys have managed to waylay and dispatch easily 3 of the 8 known thugs, or 3 of the 8 known guards for the Red Wizards. A fair start.
All right.
Couple spells burn, big force
So-
level, but
So we know that they are in fact resting inside the temple right now.
Yes, and it's been under an hour, so they haven't achieved their goal of being rested. However, we
Well, I
still
don't-
want.
there's still 3 9th level Red Wizards of Thay in there.
So let's open the door and drown them.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I left out something sort of important. Alessandra, when you were up there, you would have noticed in the in that shrine area itself where you were. Actually, you wouldn't be able to see it where you were, but up in that other area, sort of like brought in above the steps, there are actually you saw this a body of one dead crocodile, and then there was also this body of this enormous, like 20-foot long crocodile that is sort of stuck in there and was put a push to the side. Maybe it looks like it was too heavy to even try to throw back out into the water. But there was clearly some big fight that went on here on the steps of this shrine, and this gigantic, massive crocodile is an obvious casualty of that fight.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get these guys moving then. All right. So we'll move on with the next step of the plan.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So at this point, we need to let them know that we're here, right? So I think we can use thaumaturgy to make some noise to call them out.
Sure. Do we want to set the illusion before we do that?
Yeah. So I can set the illusion, and then you can use the thaumaturgy to challenge them or to let them know. Come forth, Red Wizards, or something of that nature. Just check the ranges though.
The thaumaturgy magnifies my voice, or I can create an instantaneous sound. I'm not sure if I can throw my voice.
Harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute. So
Yeah, I can do that.
what we can do is we could probably send somebody over to the side of the temple hidden, or hide maybe a couple people over the side of the temple, and then you can use the thaumaturgy to let them know we're here.
I can do that. I can do it twice, and the first time make a thunderclap or some sound to draw them out. Not a natural sound, an unnatural sound to draw them out.
Yeah.
And then the second time when they come out, create ominous whispers, so that it's like they're surrounded by other. You want to see?
Just which is it's all cool. I just want to sort of mention that if you're if you're casting spells at a person or an area, it's not like, unless you're like invisible or something, then you're able to be spotted as casting the spells at a person or at an area.
Or if you were on the side of the wall, right, casting the tremors into the building,
Yeah,
there would be no line of sight on them, right?
yeah. As long as like exactly. That's fine. Yeah.
And thaumaturgy is verbal only. There's no somatic component.
So I'm just saying he could be like completely out of line of sight doing this, and then I can use the major illusion to make the image of the Yuan Ti yelling for them to come forth. Come forth, Red Wizards.
I'm just
You could actually use a minor illusion for that. No reason to waste a major illusion on that.
No, I need the major illusion in order to create the yuan T.
Yeah.
Because I need the yuan T to actually be I need it to be animated. Whereas with the minor image, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Got it. Okay.
I will, however, be using minor illusion to try and change my voice to match that yuan T that we were making the deal with. That came up to us with the deal.
Right.
That's the one I want to model. I want her out here with her voice, talking to the Red Wizards.
Okay. The illusion.
Can you do both at the same time?
What's that?
You can do both at the same time?
Yeah, because minor illusion is not
Concentration. It's a duration of a minute.
Well, the problem with minor illusion, though, is that you can't really use minor illusion to speak, I think, right? Because it creates a thing.
It specifically says.
We talked about this. It's in Sage Advice.
Oh, am I thinking of a different spell?
Yes.
Can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with minor illusion. Minor illusion is something that you cast and then you're done with it, right? So whatever you cast, that's the illusion. So it's not something you can use in dialogue unless you cast it every round. You see what I'm saying? Because whenever you would cast it, you would say, you do that, right? Behold, I am the yuan T and I demand this, right? That's the illusion. And then that illusion can repeat if it wants to, but you can't then change it to react.
But I could just keep recasting it to.
You could do that if you want. Yeah, I would say minor illusion is one of the things where you cast it and then you're done with it. It doesn't react. It doesn't, interact with things.
I don't even have to do that, right? Because I can just use the major image, because that comes complete with sound and everything.
That's what I was wondering. Like, I think so. I think that really kind of covers all of it. You can do anything you want through major image. Yeah.
To do it.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna have some thaumaturgy. We're gonna have some major image. We are gonna see see how well the party can convince these red wizards to. I guess the goal is to try to get them to split themselves, which Orvix tells us is going to be a little tricky, perhaps. So I guess we'll see how this works out. We're gonna take 5 to refill our drinks and unfill our bladders, and then. We'll be back in a few minutes to see how this gambit works out. See you soon. How do we do this? Oh, there we go. All right. All right, and we're back. Now that it's time to implement the plan, we have some problems with the plan. So the current plan, I think, is what? Who's going to hang out? Okay, the current plan is that... No. All right, I can make the plan. The current plan is...
Our current plan
We're going to give
is
up
that,
and realize that... Oh, wait, no, we have a different plan?
no, you're going along the right way. We're gonna wake them up. We're gonna call them out with a major illusion of a Yanti, the specific one that wants to lead the uprising within the Yanti. And when that happens, we're going to use her to try to convince the group to come parlay or do some sort of a meeting that doesn't involve all of them. They'll only do this. They'll offer them the cube, but they have a stipulation as to they don't want to talk to 3 wizards at once because they're so powerful. Play into their ego.
All right, that's the plan. Well, let's see how it works out.
Positioning.
Well, I think if we think that we can wait long enough, I would like to do a short rest.
Well, if we do it now, they don't get to finish their short rest.
Well, they haven't. Okay. I just keep in mind I'm out of all my pack spells at the moment.
That is true. The other side of this is they haven't. They might come out during that short rest and find out that their guards are missing, without us inspiring that, and we might not be ready for it.
Fair enough.
That's my only issue with that.
I don't think that's a realistic threat unless the guards change guards. But the point of them short resting and the point of the guards being there so they won't be disturbed.
Fair enough. So yeah, I don't have a problem with the short resting.
All right, so...
Well, their short rest did start before ours. So yeah, if we try a short rest, yes, they'll come out before we're done.
That's my problem. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't do that. No short rest. Okay.
All right, so you guys are going to go forward with the plan.
Then?
Yes.
Yes. All right, good. Way to take some action. So, where are you guys going to be when we cast these illusions?
That's a good question.
Good idea. Because if this goes haywire, John, I think your plan might be enacted. Don't make it go haywire.
We did.
I lost a map.
Yeah, definitely. The flooding the temple with water is a good backup.
I like it.
I'm staying exactly where I am.
All right, so you guys are sort of in the space of operations in this collection of buildings here. The scent of blood and dead and battered bodies sort of fills this small area, mixing with the previous odor of decay and it's all just very, very humid and of course still very hot. You know, we are still in Chult where the temperature is in the 90s and the humidity is in the hundreds. So. You guys are in your sort of base of operation. You're something like 100 feet from the entrance, and nothing's going on so far. Apparently, no one's thought to come out and check on these guys. You guys are foregoing the short rest, and you're going to start casting your illusions now.
Yes.
All right.
So then, Moaxanari, what are you going to cast the major illusion first, and then the minor illusion, or vice versa?
And
No, just you go first, and then after the trembling, I will cast the major illusion.
All right. And where do you plan to be for that, Moax? Like, how are they not going to see you as you're casting this illusion?
Well, now, can I use the building for cover?
You can use it for cover. You know, I'm just, again, if you're casting a spell at someone, like...
Okay, but then what I can do is I can cast it before they arrive, and then I can hide because I don't need line of sight after it's cast, right?
I guess not. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see what's going on, so consider that. But yeah, like you may not know when they're outside or something like that, right? But if you can't see, I mean, you could get some pretty solid cover, so it would be hard to spot you. I'm only mentioning that it's not going to be impossible to spot you, especially if they sort of catch on that this is an illusion. Of course, the first thing they're going to want to do is figure out where the hell it's coming from, and they probably will know the range of it, and they'll probably have, so factor that in.
So this is also, I was going to cast non-detection on Waxenari.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna say that spell slot.
David?
Yeah.
I don't need it.
'cause
Well,
that would only work with invisibility.
would
Well,
make
It
Let
prevents
protection from
them
divination
using
magic.
Any divination or magical scrying.
yeah, that's a good idea, Elliot. Why don't you do that?
Okay. So,
So I have non-detection on.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
All right, I will just kind of hide. I just need to know like when they're coming out of the.
Yeah, you can kind of keep an eye out, and as you see them, if you see them come out, you can kind of duck behind pretty quickly.
I can have the illusion already going. I just need to know. I just need to know when to start talking.
Okay, that's pretty easy to do. So Rastalos, what is the effect that you're creating with your thaumaturgy? So Rastalos is gonna sneak over to the side of the building. Martinari is gonna hide inside this building, peeking out a window, so she can cast a spell.
I can set. I might add to this a little bit. If somebody has a mirror, maybe you can actually do all the detection from the mirror, so you're not in direct in danger. Winoxenari?
What?
Can't major image
Oh,
do all this?
Oh, I just don't want you like peeking around the corner so they can see you. If that was a problem, we could set up a mirror somewhere so that you could be looking at the mirror and the mirror could be reflecting when they
have
come out.
helmet telepathy. Somebody could just use the helmet telepathy to let me know when to start talking. They could actually communicate the whole thing to me,
Excellent.
so then I would know how to react.
And
It doesn't
Rat-
really matter.
Thaumaturgy is
Okay.
only 30 feet. Do you want Rast that close to the temple?
Well, he can be hidden
Plus-
along the side.
Same answer though. Do you want him that close if they set out 5 mercs and 3 wizards behind? I thought the objective was we don't want them to know at all it's us.
well, I don't mind that. I don't mind. In fact, being around the side of the temple where originally Alessandra went is where I'd probably be likely to stand for that. That also gets us not in one convenient cone of cold or cluster of fireball or any of that. So I like
Nice.
being, even though I'm closer, I'm less consolidated. So
Okay. I think I'm gonna be next to Rask in that case.
well, that puts us clustered again.
Oh, okay. Where
Just-
would you? Where?
I'm
I'm just
kidding.
not.
Put yourself
Yeah.
on the map, Rast. Where are you at?
I can't put myself on the map. Somebody has
Yeah.
to put me on the map.
Oh, Roy moved us off the map. Okay.
We're looking at a different map.
Here, let's do the.
Different map.
Let's do
we're
this
in
map.
Temple map.
If you can put me on the temple map.
All right.
Like here ish. The map of the actual temple, the shrine there. With the crockett gators
You
on
want the
it.
small map?
Yeah,
All right,
with the crockett gators on it.
sure.
I guess that's a valid map because we have to be within 30 feet for your thaumaturgy, right?
Right. Well, I can cast the effect from 30 feet away. It can be seen or heard from farther, but
Okay.
So then from where I am now, it's
So, Jared,
only
where
a
do you want to
verbal
be?
component. I don't think I have to have line of sight on it. Can I put a flame right here in the doorway?
I think so. Thaumaturgy allows you to do minor. Well, I don't know if it can create an
Create
actual.
a flame. Can I do it without having line of sight on the doorway?
change flames, but you can't create.
Incorrect, sir.
That's thaumaturgy cantrip, right?
Yeah, I think that's a bit more than thaumaturgy can do as an illusion. Like, minor illusion is where you actually create something. I think thaumaturgy is just sort of affects, changes an existing thing.
Okay, I can cause the unlocked door to fly open.
Yeah, that's not gonna. Well, okay, you can. Yes.
I will cause the unlocked door to fly open.
All right, so you have to see the doors.
Slam open. It slams open.
All right, so to do that, I don't want to overly technical. I don't want to make this overly technical, but you have to be able to. The basic idea is you have to be able to see what you're doing. So from outside the building, around the side, you can't really cause doors that you can't see to fly open if you wanted to do that. Also, you know your spell thaumaturgy probably. These aren't normal doors. These are like doors that weigh several 100 pounds each. So your guess is
he can create tremors.
Yes, he can absolutely create tremors.
Able to go through.
Yes, he can create tremors. He can affect all that. But what he can't do is create a flame or cause doors that he can't see that weigh several 100 pounds each to fly open. Like those are things that are a little out of the bounds of the scope of the spell. So
maybe just a smidge.
I mean, I appreciate wanting to make it, make it cooler, and that's fine. I also just have to recognize it's a cantrip, and let's recognize the power of a cantrip compared to like a minor illusion or a major illusion, stuff like that.
And I do whichever effect that you say I can do.
Yeah. All right. So the original thing with the whole trembling thing, that's definitely enough to at least get the attention of people inside for sure.
Okay, fine, I do that.
All right. So you do that, and you can feel the ground kind of trembling around you, and you hear from around the corner, dim, very muted, because of course these guys are on the other sides of thick stone walls, or at least it appears from where you're standing. You hear some shouts, and you guys see across the way. You guys see that the wizard, in fact, the guy with the pointy beard, he comes out first, and this is your cue, I guess, Max and I, to kind of duck behind cover. And he comes out, and he is followed by the rest of their entourage, basically, as they sort of pour out onto there. Rastalnos, you can hear all this kind of just right around the corner from where you are. You hear the paddings of feet and the questions of what's going on? Who's causing this? Where are the guards? Spread out! And you hear the sound of boots clumping down the steps and splashes as
they see the Yuan-Ti.
That's out. Okay. So they do. Okay. So they kind of he walks out. He says, "What's going on? Who is it? What is the meaning of this? Where are the guards?" He actually does tell them, "Spread out," and the guards start kind of moving a bit.
So the Yuan-Ti will say, "My masters have taken your gods as an offering." And then it will say, "As a sign of good faith, my masters are willing to negotiate with you for the possession of the final cube that you are seeking."
And so you hear the sounds of splashing sort of stop. Everybody sort of, probably has their attention kind of focused there.
Hey, Roy.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin the moment, but I'm on Twitch. I'm on Rafina. Rafina's on Rastalnos, and Rastalnos is on me in the frames.
Did you guys move?
Somebody must have left and come back.
Somebody must have left and come back.
Somebody must have disconnected from Zoom.
I hate you all.
We're all in the wrong pictures, except for Gerald.
I hate you all.
Oh, John, can't hear you. Sorry.
Nobody disconnected. Nobody stopped video.
I don't.
Something happened.
Something happened.
Something happened.
You could just make everybody me.
No. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that heads up.
I already kind of told this last week. You can't be mean twice.
Sorry.
Thanks, Paul.
Anytime.
Oh man, it's cold. It's killing me. You hear a familiar voice. The voice of the woman. That sort of voice, sort of like this old voice and this young voice, and she says, "Who are you? What do you want of us?"
I've told you, my masters wish to negotiate with the Red Wizards.
Who are you?
I am a servant of the masters. If you wish the final cue, meet at the arena of the King of Feathers. But the masters will not negotiate in the presence of the full might of the Red Wizards. Leave your lapdogs behind. You may bring as many of your guards as you see fit. And know that we are the Yuan-Ti. We will be aware of your deceptions.
And what? Let's see. So how would she?
Once the message is planted, I can just have the major image disappear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she actually starts to speak again, and then the image disappears, and she's like, She looks around. Rosaldo, you hear her. You hear some whispers as things you can't quite make out as they talk and they huddle, and she says, and you hear the voice, a male voice, speak out, and he says, "Search this compound. Do not leave the walls. See if you can find those that are missing. Keep in sight of one another." And you hear, yes, sir. And you hear splashing of sound of feet or a lot of splashing as if several people are moving through this water area. At least some of them moving towards you.
Okay. Well, I try to hide behind over where Sashira is.
Okay. Yeah. So these guys are basically searching.
Getting down low in the water, like as we were before.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are searching the area, so it'll.
How many guys?
Well, from what you can see across the street, peeking a quick look, it looks like the wizards are huddled on the top of the steps, and the mercenaries are sort of spreading out. The mercenaries are spreading out kind of around the area, looking for the missing guards.
Do they look injured?
The mercenaries?
Anybody?
Roll me perception. There'll be disadvantage though. I assumed you guys were kind of hiding, not trying to like look at these guys, because I don't want to have to give them like perception checks to see you.
I most definitely am not rolling perception because I was hiding, not looking for them. Like I'm definitely
same.
trying to get out of sight.
I'm underwater.
Yeah, essentially.
I'm gonna use inspiration to cancel out your disadvantage.
Okay.
And that's perception.
They don't seem to be wounded.
Yep.
All right, so these guys are kind of walking your way. They actually make the corner and kind of continue out into the water where you guys are. So you were telling me you guys are hiding?
Can we be underwater?
Underwater.
Yeah. Holding breath.
All right, I guess you can hold your breath for a
Beads
while.
and straws.
All right.
Harry Rambo.
They... All right. They actually walk the corner, and you hear. Well, you guys don't hear anything. But the guy in the front says, "Stay within sight. Something's up here." And they sort of stop here and they kind of peek around, and they come back. Says, "There's nothing. There's nothing here. I don't know where they went." So the guards kind of come back up at the top, and the wizards say, "We must speak upon this. Full alert. No one comes in or out." And so 2 of the guards come up on the steps. One takes a spot back here, and the other 2 guards take spots down here. And the wizards all go inside.
Okay. I'd say that I very slowly try to make my way farther away, kind of in the direction of the land to the northwest, where the kind of toward where the King of Feathers arena will be, but not getting very far from the party. I'm just going up to the land, essentially.
All right. So are you guys doing anything? Y'all just kind of waiting to see what they do?
Four guards, 5 guards, huh?
Mm-hmm.
5. It's a lot.
And they're on alert. Like they're.
Rastanis is kind of once I'm in a position where I can, I'm trying to just stay hidden and see what Waxanari is doing specifically, the love of my life, and then also Alessandra, keeping an eye on Alessandra and Rafina.
Yeah, you can't see them. You can't see them at all. They're specifically staying out of sight.
Okay. Even though I know where to look.
Even though you know where to look.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
you guys can change this. I'm just trying to avoid having to make any rolls for the
No,
NPCs.
I got you. No problem. No problem.
All right, so the 3 wizards apparently have gone inside to powwow. The guards are outside. Are you going to wait for them?
I stay hidden.
Rastanis is waiting.
So you went to the land, like you're.
Well, I got onto the land and hid on land.
Okay, so you're probably about 60 or 70 feet from Sashira, which from the side where Sashira is on the side of the temple.
All right. Can I cast gaseous form and kind of sneak past these guards?
Yeah, gaseous form is that's invisible, isn't it? Or let's see,
I think you take the form of a mist.
a misty cloud. I mean, it's
I can kind of like make my way around the side and then come down.
yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be super crazy to think about. You can be a misty cloud hovering tightly to the surface of the water that's moving around. It's not crazy to think. Well, yeah, you can move out here pretty easily as a cloud.
And then I can come through here and sneak through the doors. Right, so the idea is I come around this way, come up across the top, or come through here, end up here, and then kind of like just misty form through the doors.
All right, let me think about that, because this is like hang on, let's see. Because this isn't, as is typical, this isn't an open roof design. This is actually a closed-in roof that's got like an entry, an entry area that goes into there. So you couldn't actually go over the side to get in there. You would, unless there were cracks. Let me see. Yeah, okay. You could probably find cracks in the roof that you could sift through as a misty form. But know that you are a misty form and a cloud of gas. It is a visible cloud of gas that would be moving through the area. Sitting on top of the water is I think pretty mundane. A cloud of gas that's floating through the air, coming out of the ceiling, probably a pretty significant thing that would be, people would probably notice, I think.
Well, I'm gonna have to take the risk, so.
Okay, so you're going into the main area.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So what? Why don't you roll a stealth check? See how stealthy, how sneaky you can be as a mist.
Suck. All right, I'll use inspiration for this.
Good. Jesus.
11.
Let's see. So that's gonna be a what? Perception. It's wisdom.
Oh man, that goes off of dexterity, but she's in mist form. Does that really count?
All right. Okay. So you actually. So how does this even look? Let's see. All right. Well, first off, let's take. All right. So you kind of come in here into the doors, and there's this big chamber here. There's a pedestal that sits in the middle of the chamber, and there are 6 statues that face it from alcoves on the walls. These statues depict bare-chested humans with the heads of different animals. From left to right, there are a lizard, a jaguar, a lobster, a toucan, a bat, and a frog. Each of these statues has a piece of cloth tied around its eyes, like clearly sort of put like it's not part of the statue. It's a piece of cloth someone tied around the eyes of these statues. In the just inside the doorway near the pedestal, you actually see the three red wizards, and they have not spotted you yet, as they are sort of together talking. Together, feverishly talking. There we go.
Can I move behind as a cloud, one behind one of the statues, so I'm out of line of sight? If not, I'll use whatever shadows in the corners I can.
Yeah, I would probably guess, looking at the room, the less you move, the better. Maybe kind of loitering up in the top of the corner of this place here, because it's not really well lit. There's some torches in the area, but the room has a lot of shadows. So a cloud loitering up in the near the ceiling by the door, probably fairly unnoticeable. So the 3 of these people, there are the man and the 2 women. In fact, they are, as you can imagine, discussing, arguing even about what they should do. They basically discuss whether they can trust this illusion, what this illusion means, and how they might deal with it. They say, yes, of course we know that the Yuan Ti are here, but how do we know that they have the cube? And Zagmira, in fact, she says, well, why would they not have the cube? They were here. They know that it's what we seek, and the cube is gone, is it not? And the other woman says, yes, but what of that group of adventurers? Perhaps they have it. And Zagmira says, yes, perhaps they do. And they sort of go back and forth on this a bit. And the eventually Zagmira sort of actually takes the lead, and she says, well, I think we have little to fear from these. We have nothing to fear from that group of adventurers. So these Yuan Ti, that is what we should be prepared for. We do not know their numbers or who they are. It would be fools to walk into their trap. So what do we do about it? The guy with the pointy beard, he says, well, they do not want all of the wizards there, so they clearly fear us. Their numbers may not be very. They must not have much in the way of numbers, otherwise they would have overrun us here. So yes, it is clear they seek to bring us into a trap, but perhaps we can surprise them a bit ourselves. I have a plan. For some reason, they allow us to take as many guards as we want. Well, then, in that case, we will simply all be guards. And Zagmira looks at him and she says, that is a fair idea, Dyrax. Now I know why I keep you around. Thasma, go get the guards and bring them in here. We shall act upon this at once. So she goes out, and all the guards. In fact, you guys outside see all the guards go inside. They head inside. Out of sight. And they're in there for some time. Moxonara, you're actually very nervous because the more eyes in here, the more chances you're going to get spotted. So you're sort of petrified to even move at all. You've got all of your mistiness cramped up into the corners as much as you can be. And basically, the two wizards, not Zegmira, but the other two wizards, all swap clothing with the mercenaries that they're with. And so the two mercenaries that are in there, in fact, the woman who's been called Thasma, she looks at them and she says, "Do not touch those robes." And like, oh no, don't worry. And so there's two of these guards are kind of sitting in there in their underwear, just kind of hanging out. Like, so what do we do? Like, wait here. We shall return for you when we need you. And then they take off. Zegmira, flanked by 5 guards.
Now, do the mercenaries wear armor?
Yes, they have. What kind of armor are these guys wearing? They're using leather, basically wearing leather armor.
And do the wizards put on leather armor?
No, they leave the leather armor off. They just swap out clothes. They put on their hats and their hats. They pull the hats down low to hide their bald heads. You know, one of the big sort of key giveaways for the Wizards of Thay is that they always shave their heads, right? They're basically hairless. So even the guy that's got the beard is sort of an anomaly because generally they don't even wear facial hair. There's often a standard look is sort of a bald head, even shaved eyebrows and such, but then with tattoos and such all over their heads. So these guys, they put on the hats and such of the mercenaries and pull them all low, so that way that they look like mercenaries. But a very, very astute observer might notice that they are not, in fact, wearing leather armor. These two, at least. No, you wouldn't know that because you're not there. Damn it! Shut up, Rastanos.
Well, sure, I don't know that.
All right.
The two guards that don't have any clothes on, they're just hanging out here.
Yeah, they're let's say like, well, what do we do? Like, wait here. We shall return for you when we need you. And
With
like,
the robes of the Red Wizards?
yeah, but no, they're not wearing them. In fact, they were specifically ordered not to even touch them.
Right. And are they leaving any other equipment behind?
No.
Okay.
Just the clothes. So apparently these Red Wizards are going to go see what's going on, and they figure they can spare a couple of mercenaries, but cannot spare their other wizards. And
sounds like a reason to get their equipment to mercenaries, huh?
Yep.
Sounds what? I missed that.
Murder
You'll
hobo.
see it.
Oh, okay, great. All right. So they take off out onto the map and they head out west. They head due west. They wade through the water and they head towards the amphitheater that you guys, in fact, where the gigantic, gargantuan body of the King of Feathers still lies.
And there were 5 guards?
There are 5 guards. So there are currently 2 mercenaries inside this building that are staying here, and there are 3 wizards and 2 guards there's a group of 5 that are traveling to the amphitheater.
I got you. All right.
So you guys are whittling away at them. They're which likely makes them more nervous than ever, but
Well, once the wizards all leave, I will float on out. And I will...
I can talk to you at the helm without you changing if you don't want to change back and keep that spell in use.
All right, I'll let them know. I'll let Rafino know that there's there's just 2 naked mercenaries in here.
Go kill them. Take all their stuff. Especially the Red Wizard stuff.
The robes, yeah, that'd be awesome.
They wouldn't be stupid enough to leave the cubes there, would they?
No, but they left their robes.
they did leave their
That's
robes.
just as good.
Okay, fine. You guys can murder hobo. The poor like, you see, Orvex actually, as you guys are going up to this thing to murder these guys, Orvex says, "Are we sure that it is necessary to murder all of them? They are, after all, simply hired mercenaries? They
If the wizards find out what we've done, we're all dead.
Yes. Well, it's
And
good
so
that
how are we
you.
going to prevent that?
It is good that you cannot speak with or work out any sort of deal with an evil creature, because that would be weird. But, well, very well then. So Orvex does not seem to like this whatever
Plan.
murdering of hired mercenaries for the sake of murdering hired mercenaries.
It's not murdering.
Any
hired
questions?
mercenaries for the sake of murdering hired.
He questions how it's impossible for you to ever talk or deal with an evil person, but it's perfectly fine to murder indiscriminately.
Well, unfortunately, that's just a concession of the game. So.
Fair enough.
It's not
Orvex
like
is
we cannot go
judgmental.
unconscious.
He sounds.
So, I suppose.
True.
So I'm still hiding. I'm still hiding on the land because I have to wait for the red wizards to pass.
Yeah, you can completely duck out of sight when you kind of hear them coming by. They're not really looking for you. They have a kind of. They have an agenda. They have a goal in mind.
Okay, and then when they are well along, I go rejoin. I go to where I saw them. Did I see them go into the shrine?
Yeah. You can join the party just in time to go in there and murder the mercenaries.
No. I want to join them right after the deed's done.
No. Sorry, not that convenient.
No, I had to wait.
So-
I had to wait for the wizards and the survivors to pass by.
Yeah, so did they. Everybody had to wait for them to get out of sight, because otherwise I would make rolls. So everybody had to wait till they were well out of sight, and then you came back to join the party, and the party said, "Okay, come on," and you all went inside and you murdered the mercenaries.
So what did the wizards actually leave? Nothing but their robes?
Just the robes, yeah. But these are kind of significant items. Like these are very extravagant, very elaborate robes. And this is an enormous status symbol in the country of Thay. This is a really big deal. Like, to own a set of red robes like this would be punishable by death instantly, unless they were your robes.
Unless they're magical, I don't really care. We're going to destroy them.
In
They're not
Watson,
magical.
I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
So when we used the illusion, we said that the Yanti would know if there was a deception.
Right.
I say we leave them a message here that says, "We told you the Yanti would know."
Yes. I like it so far.
How about just write, we knew?
What does that do for you? How does that help?
Then we can arrange for another.
Another meeting.
Why
Split your-
did you bring all the wizards?
Or just.
I think spell it out.
Well, I think when they get
spell
back
it
here, and they see the murdered mercenaries, they're gonna
Right.
probably pick up what's happening. I don't know, but they're not.
They don't see the mercenaries.
They're smart enough to know that their numbers are diminishing rapidly. I'm just throwing that out there.
Is that an altar in front of this door?
Yes, it is sort of an altar of sorts. That is a yeah, you're there. So this it's actually a mosaic on the floor. It's like a raised mosaic, and that mosaic depicts a tall bird using its long pointy beak to pin a monstrous frog-like creature with tentacles sprouting from its shoulders. And Orvek can tell you, this is the temple of Papazotl. Apparently, he and Kubazan are not best friends. Papazotl is an Ebly. You guys have seen these birds.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is another possibility. Like, what if we put like a silence object right on top of this little square thing? How long does that last?
Not long enough.
Not long enough. All right, never mind.
All the scheming is exhausting. Give me a fair fight.
10 minutes.
Oh my god. Okay.
So there's nothing exciting on these poor mercenaries. They gave up their armor. They have, I assume, their weapons, and we have some red robes.
Yeah, they actually have their armor. Like they kept their armor, right? Because the mages weren't using it. So you guys have basically picked up. You have 2 dead mercenaries, their weapons, their armor, which is in whatever this game, just nothing.
And 8 keys.
Some cool red robes, and they're all gone. So they are, yeah. So the Red Wizards are ostensibly, as you're speaking, getting to the amphitheater as you speak.
All right, so why don't we just leave here? We'll leave the message like Chris says. We'll leave it on the altar where they can see it. And then we can just leave here and we can go actually take a short rest. Get our spells back and stuff, and then decide what we're going to do next.
Okay, where are you going to rest?
Going there and then coming back, then they're not resting.
Right.
Well,
We don't want to be anywhere they can find us, right?
yeah, it's not like they're walking across the continent. You know, they'll be gone. You know, if they get there and there's nothing there, you're talking 10 minutes probably, right?
Yeah.
5
the other
minutes.
object. I mean, besides this, we could try to set a trap for it in here, but I don't see any trap they can't escape from being wizards and such.
Why don't we ask the Grung what other creatures are around here we may be able to lead the wizards into?
You're not with the Grung.
Oh, you're cool.
Oh, I'm past gold.
Okay.
I'm to cut through
Yeah.
this module now.
I like
Grung
that.
are our friends.
Um,
They're very close to us right now.
They might be a good place to rest.
I mean, they're within 10 minutes of us.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not opposed to resting with the Grung again. Do you think we have the invite?
I wouldn't count on it.
Okay, fair enough.
They
But
said that
he's
their debt,
not.
they said that their debt was repaid.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And they did want to bribe us, or not bribe us, but they wanted us to help them, and we said maybe later.
Yeah, and they
Well, I mean-
they may be looking for now to be later.
What
Right.
what about up
Yeah.
here then? At least we're not in the same area we were when we played our first shenanigans.
Or sure go.
Over here or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fine, I think.
Okay,
See them coming if they try to.
so you guys are going to head over there to short rest.
That building?
Yeah, inside that building.
All right.
Just take a short break in there.
Okay, let's see. So in that time, the Red Wizards will get back and...
Cast detect magic before we rest. I want to make sure that these robes aren't magical if they can track it.
They could use locate object to burn those. You're right, John.
If they're not magical, I want to destroy them.
Well, ritual cast or regular cast?
Gonna have to use a real spell. We
Yeah.
don't have the time.
I don't think I don't know if I want to burn it.
On the other hand, they have locate object.
Yeah, do it. Set the
They'll
trap.
know
Set
what
the
it is.
trap.
We can put these
Guaranteed.
robes wherever we want them to go.
Exactly.
Reese. Ooh, smart.
That's rude, but I like it.
Okay, where is
Okay.
that? Where do we want them to go?
Now that's the
To
question.
hell.
Throw them in the
Where
lava.
the
What wouldn't
I don't
the
think it would
I would
be
I would
considered an object at that point.
hilarious.
we need to work on this idea of we want them to find them, so we may need to not. Never mind. Yeah.
However, what we could do is move them to the other side of the lava.
Wait,
On
doesn't somebody have non-detection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could cast that, and we have 8 hours. They can't find shit.
Let me see if that's on.
Remember, locate object is
Object.
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet?
And it's divination.
Yeah, I know.
So
but,
if you cast non-detection, it completely nulls that spell.
You guys are
Yeah,
on
that's-
completely opposite pages right now, John. Like the party's trying to use them to set a trap, and you're trying to hide them from the.
John wants to keep the magic item.
Like that, we could hide it until we are ready for them to find it. We can move wherever we want for 8 hours, and then we could literally let go of the robes, and bam, now they appear if they want to search for them.
yeah, but we need them because I think the first thing that's going to happen is they go back to the temple, right? They see their precious robes are missing. The first thing they're going to want to do is try and find them. So if we hide them like that, then they may not have locate object later.
And they may not even try later.
They may
Right.
not try
If
later.
they can't find it first, then they're probably not going to try later, thinking maybe you were destroyed.
Then no rest.
Alright.
We need to go exactly wherever you want to place these. But where do you want to go to
Where's
place?
a
it?
good
Can't go to
where's
rest.
a good trap point?
We can't go to,
Y'all remember
to the
the-
other one.
How about near the foot of the Grung Shrine? No.
Well, we have control of water, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right here
We
was
fight
where
them
the,
in the
where the
waterfall.
chick was.
We can what?
We can fight them in the waterfall.
Yeah, there you go, John.
Use
Okay.
control of water.
Let's
but
do that.
It's
We have
powerful, but
counterspell.
that isn't going to stop the wizards if you really control water.
It's not gonna stop them, but that is a. I mean,
Is
that's,
there a
it's a
flood?
major place where we
I
have an
like-
advantage.
I kind of like John's first idea of actually like trapping them in, or some of them in a building that way.
Oh,
Uh,
no.
You
Oh,
just
my
close
lord.
Is that-
fantasy ground.
Oops.
Oops.
What happened?
I closed Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, great.
Oops.
Oh,
That's oops towel.
Oops.
All right.
Oops,
So
down.
what are you saying? Lower them into like some kind of pit or something?
no, like make them go down somewhere
that
where they're
temple.
gonna drown. We gotta
The
find the right.
temple,
Okay, what temple?
the ones where we fought those ridiculous clay creatures.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
anywhere near water?
Yeah. Was that water?
It is not really. No.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm not
it's-
so much. I'm not so much worried about the water. What's the?
Yeah. Right. Because
I was
because
worried about
we-
the water because we could drown them in there.
No, we
That
need
would be
silence to control the wizards. Though, if we can get them into like a silent area, then
Uh-huh.
Shashira could probably just tear them up.
No, they're going to have
Yeah.
stuff that doesn't require verbal.
Is there? I mean, how many things are there?
Magic items,
No,
Oh, I
those
can
usually have
handle
command
that.
words.
do they?
Yeah, almost always have a command word. At least the wands and staves. And
And if that's
How
the case,
good
then
is-
why didn't we do what I initially said? Silenced inside and then drowned them in the temple. They couldn't cast
Oh,
anything
because
out. And they
because
drowned.
we wanted to
silence,
murder hobo.
silence is concentration. You
Okay.
can concentrate on both control water and silence.
Control.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I never read Control Water. What does it actually do, John?
But why don't we lead them down into the area where we fought the clay guys, and then
Okay.
put silence down there on an object, and then basically it becomes a turkey shoot.
But how,
Well, here's the thing. Like, what would you do if somebody had some robes, right? And you think it's like the Yuan-Ti or something? How many people would you send in that temple to get your robes?
It's true.
Especially since you've already been led into a trap twice.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying these guys. I mean, they've got to be on red alert at this point. And if they think they're being led into a trap, I'm sorry, Orvex mentions if they feel like they're being led into a trap, then they likely will not go in there. But if they feel like they're getting the jump on someone, then you have a much greater chance, I think, for them to take the bait.
well, how do we make that happen then? How do we? Right. So we need.
So you don't like John the plan of where you are here?
This might just be a good plan. Just like to try to do the John thing here. Try to do the raise water here. Why would the waterfall be there?
I could do a vortex and suck them into it.
Okay.
The water's not deep enough for a whirlpool, but you could still do a lot with the water.
I mean, if it's
Okay.
a waterfall, I could use that amount of water to do that.
Now the whirlpool, I mean, the problem is it's got to be deep, right? Like for the whirlpool, you have to have a 25-foot deep body of water, and this is like waist high, basically, where you are.
Yeah,
But-
by the waterfall.
So if we take them, if we lure them to the waterfall, then you can use control water to basically keep the falling on them, so they can't speak. If they can't speak, they can't cast the majority of their spells. So they're basically underwater the whole time, right?
I don't see where
But
it
can we
allows
hurt
that.
them?
Huh?
I don't see where it allows that. I could flood something, which is what I was going to do, flood them in the temple to drown them and close the doors. I can part water. I can redirect the flow, like I could turn the water
Right. You
flow
can
into a
redirect the
direction.
flow to exactly where they are at all times.
Well, plus, like the flood also allows you to do things like create gigantic 20-foot tall waves that can knock things around and push things around, right? You can control the flow of water anywhere it goes, right? So you can create flows of water. You can kind of get the water to sort of like get the water to go wherever you want. And I imagine
I could do then a flood in a vortex, flood in a whirlpool.
you cannot do a flood in a whirlpool. No, you cannot do a whirlpool because that requires a deep body of water that you can create a whirlpool in. So no, you don't have a.
All right, so what's the water getting us?
That's a
The
good
water
question.
can stop them from casting spells if we can get them underneath it.
Yeah, I don't know if the water would completely halt any type of spell casting, but it would certainly be a huge thing. That's actually what I've been kind of thinking of, like mechanically, what could this get you? I mean, if they're in waist high water, I feel like control water is a really powerful resource in that situation. I think completely keeping them from ever casting any spells is far, far too much to expect from it. But I think handicapping them, moving them, positioning them where you want them to be, disadvantage on kind of most things that they do, right? I can kind of imagine all those things happening pretty easily.
Okay then. So let's do that.
Does that sound reasonable? But I'm not okay with, with a 4th level spell completely shutting down a party, a 9th level party. But I am okay with
I
it.
mean, if
Are
we
you cool with it,
weren't
Jim?
be able to silence them, what level is silence?
Second,
That's fantastic.
So,
if
so
it could,
basically, it's emulating a 2nd level spell.
No,
I don't see that as being
again.
unreasonable.
All right, well, just remember this when it's used against you, right? And a single silence spell completely shuts you guys down permanently, and you can't get out of it. So,
There's ways to get out of it.
exactly, there's ways to get out of it. So,
He can handle 3 wizards going in different directions with this water spell. It looks like.
yeah, and like this, and I think disadvantage on most things would be good too. You may have to pick and choose which ones. I'm open to some ideas on this. I'm not okay with a single spell just completely destroying a 9th level party. Just done. Like, no, that's sorry.
position ourselves over here, right next to the waterfall, so I have ample amount of water to do any damn thing I want. Right? It says I can completely control the flow of water. Does
Yeah.
that mean I can actually shove the wizards up the waterfall and then drop them?
Actually, here, how about this? How about we take them down to where the water feeds into the lava, and then when they come here,
Shove them in the lava.
you shove them in the lava.
We'll lose the cubes. That's the only reason why.
Oh yeah, we can't lose the cubes.
Trust me, I thought of that already.
Well, I kind of think one thing's best to do. So why don't we do that? We can be hidden. We can put we can be stealthed out to ambush them. We can put the robes under the water, lure them there. We use the control water, and then we just,
Okay.
whatever. beat the crap out.
So, almost pretty much guaranteed that all 3 wizards aren't going to go for the robes.
Well, if we can knock out 1 or even 2 of the wizards, that's going to put us in a much better place.
Well,
But
so
where's
which
the other skull?
so they're not going to want to split up, and they're not going to all 3 go into a trap. So they're going to have a dilemma themselves. But let's just make that happen. Let's just let's put that. Let's throw it back on their side and let them
Okay.
have that dilemma.
So
Also-
are we decided?
Also,
Yeah.
don't forget they're not that far.
God, come on,
No,
Roy, you
what
ding
happened?
dong.
He must be using a Mac.
The map thing is killing me. Like the actual map thing is.
All right. So while he's loading up fantasy,
And next week, when we continue, we'll start on our plan to stop the Red Wizards without getting killed.
so where are we going? We're going to the waterfall.
Yeah, we're going to the water. Well, we're gonna put the thing. We're gonna put that. Yeah, we put the roads in the waterfall, and then we kind of like spread out where we
Right.
can't get kind of cold and
Fireballed and or whatever.
yeah.
I plan to be in cover. As long as I can see the water, I'm going to control it.
Yeah, well, I think most of us will try to be in cover.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so what's the big plan? So if I can keep most of the wizard, we'll probably kill the mercenaries almost straight out with this. But
Yeah, I think we have to focus on the wizards.
the wizards
Oh,
are
yeah.
wizards.
All right,
So,
so
how would we stop the wizards with this? I still
Well, we need to not be in AoE spots. Just
We just spread out, and then you're supposed to be disrupting them.
I mean, I guess I can move them almost with the water.
I also have a wand of magic missiles. I got
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we still have that.
still have that.
Do we have? I have an air elemental I can summon.
I mean, do we wanna,
Wow.
but the air elemental is a one-time deal. Do we want to waste all of our resources on this?
Oh, against the 3 9th level wizards, I think it's a pretty good use of resources.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't call that waste at that point.
How long does it take you to summon that elemental?
It's the special one. It's 1 action to summon, and it lasts for 1 minute. So it's not the conjure elemental, but
Whoa.
it's still an elemental.
one thing that is short in
Wait,
here.
wait.
Wait,
Did
wait.
you get
this
that
is
wall
the
of fire?
war, right?
I'm out of spell slots. We have to rest for me to get a wall of fire.
Oh, damn.
Which is another thing. We don't have. I mean, we can do what John said: put non-detection on the rope, but then we lose the ability to lure them into a trap.
Right.
I like the trap. I like the trap.
Yeah, I like the trap too.
Yeah, I say we do it.
All right, we're all agreed.
All right, so
That never happens. That never happens. But we should do it.
Yeah.
We're so screwed if we're all in agreement. You know that?
all right, let's try this one then.
Wait. I have a problem with it.
Oh, good.
Kidding.
I knew where you were going.
Thanks.
I guess that's all I have to do. All right, so you guys can pick a spot, I guess, next to the waterfall, so you'll have water at your command.
How about that little building right to the south, north of it?
Can we have that map back?
Yeah.
There we go. Clear map.
Just
So you
make sure we're
guys,
further than 20 feet away from each other.
Yeah. How about that little building right there? Or hell, we could be in one in each building if you want.
Okay, that works for me.
I mean,
I mean, be close enough that I could heal you all if I absolutely have to stop concentration. Actually, no, I got a bonus action. I think I can heal.
Yeah, cure wound spells doesn't take a concentration.
I'm asking. Okay, Shashira asks Rafina, can this water spell send him up the waterfall? And if I stand up on top, I can take one
That'd
down.
be awesome.
No, only 20 foot, but there's no reason why I can't use the water to lift you.
Well, that would get me up there, but I want them to come up me so I can knock them back and knock them down.
I don't have a good map to use for this. This stinks. How do I run this?
This might have to be theater of the mind, unfortunately.
Or you
Yeah.
can use the same map we used for the first 3 mercenaries and make the plants the waterfall.
Okay, I'm open to ideas for that.
I don't think Fantasy Ground has any good maps for.
No, well, I've got a collection, but none fit this particular scenario. So you're putting the robes in the water by the waterfall. That's where they're gonna. You want them to end up.
Rocket sink 'em.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. That's fine. So if I were them, how would I get to the waterfall?
Oh, Rafina, did you ever answer me? That's not going to be possible, is it?
What?
No.
No, not from what I
Darn.
can see.
Darn it! I really wanted to knock him off a cliff.
Let's see. Oh no, not that one. Hey, look, I avoided shutting down.
I mean, our only other option is if we put the robes in here and literally I force the water into here.
We
I
had a
think
kill spot.
outer is better.
Anyway, how cool is battling in front of a waterfall for our lives and the cubes?
We still gotta get the 9th cube, guys. Don't forget that.
The nice thing, yeah, we gotta we gotta deal with this first. The nice thing about the waterfall is we could be behind the waterfall and it blocks line of sight to us. And then when they come in to get the thing, we could just. But
How
then I
big
guess
is this waterfall?
That puts us all in a nice tight area of effect.
yeah.
And it assumes there's an open cave behind the waterfalls, which I'm not sure.
There always is.
Okay. Well, you guys can be back there if you'd like, or you can be in the buildings on the shore if you'd like. I'll leave it up to you. All right, fine.
How wide's this waterfall, Roy? We have nothing really to show scale on this map. I don't think. A real scale.
It's big. So the waterfall at the bottom down here, this is a significant river. So the bottom of the waterfall, let's see, if I look at the scale, the bottom of the waterfall is probably more than 50 feet wide. So it's a pretty
how
big.
deep?
Huh?
And how deep?
Well, you haven't swum at the base of the waterfall, but the city that's being flooded by the waterfall, you've been wading through waist deep water. So Tom would guess that at the actual base of the waterfall, that's probably eroded a lot. You may have a nice deep pool at the spot the water is actually falling. But
I can shove them in a vortex and keep them there.
yes, if they swim into the actual bottom of the waterfall, yes, you could do that.
I mean,
They're
I can
probably
actually
not going to
force
do
them
that,
into
though.
there with the waves.
Perhaps. All right, so they. I really don't have a good way to. What if I zoom in a lot? That's
Yeah. Then it won't make any sense at all.
that looks beautiful. Actually, that's beautiful. It's like back to 8-bit graphics, man. It's like we're playing Nintendo or something. That's fantastic.
Play the Nintendo song.
I mean, all you need is just a hex map, dude, or a square map.
All right, let's use this and we'll just make this work. Okay, we'll just find some kind of way to make this map work. All right, I don't know how that's gonna happen yet, but
Blue's waterfall.
Hey, we got a waterfall.
it's got water. It's got structures. We'll just let the whole bottom part be water. So the hang on, we gotta edit
All
this.
screen to the bottom could be the cliff face.
Yeah, this could be all water, water
everywhere.
You
water.
can draw on the map.
Not a drop to drink. All right, water.
And all the boards said shrink.
There. All right, that's all water.
That's only in cold water.
All right, so let's see. Oh yeah. This guy is gone. All right. You guys are, I guess, wherever you want to be. Max, Rafina, Cess, Alessandra. 2, 3, 4, 5.
We need me.
Where'd you go? Oh, you're down here. There we go.
I'm right here.
Sash, I assume you want to be close to beat them up, huh?
Of course. Are these hiding spots? These are hiding spots.
They can be if you wanted to be.
They'll never look for me behind a rock.
No, definitely not.
And we're hiding it in the blue. Is that a good thing, yo?
Yeah, you're like right by the waterfall.
Yeah.
Gerald, can I do anything while concentrating? Like, can I shoot a bow? Can I do anything?
Yes, you can do anything except cast another concentration spell.
So I could be shooting into combat now?
Yes. You can be Sacred Flaming, shooting your bow.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, you won't be able to
Rafina,
do Guardian Spirits, though.
before Rafina and I part, I say, Rafina, just send him my way. Just send them my way.
Yeah, bash him against the damn rocks right there. That's what I want to do.
All right. So the robes will be hidden to the southeast of this in the waterfall, or in the water. All right. Some time goes by. The
Time.
Right, a little bit further back.
yeah, some time goes by, and you guys.
An hour?
We rest.
Let me think about that.
Because we can stay in position and
Surely these brilliant wizards won't want to rush into a dangerous situation,
yeah, especially since we stole their prized robes.
especially since they can take a short rest too and get their arcane recovery.
Why do we want that?
Because
Yeah. So they.
we get back 4 fourth level spells. What are they going to get back?
Whatever they kill gators with.
5th level spells.
I don't think they can get a 5th level spell back,
No.
but I will check.
So
The rules.
yeah, some time goes by, but not a short rest. And if you look at the big map, they head back to shore, and in fact, it seems like what you guys predicted worked out exactly correctly. They suspect that they are being clever and finding the robes. Clearly, they got back and their comrades were slain. Probably didn't make them the happiest people ever, but they were like, okay, what do we do? So they cleverly thought, we can find our robes. And they found them not far away. These fools, haha. So you see them actually... Yeah. All right, so they are actually coming from this side. You go back. All right, they are actually coming from this side.
What does that mean? I don't see.
They're basically coming from the west side. They're up. They're not going through the water. They've chosen to take the land route from the west side, which
is
sort
what
of
I thought.
unfortunately leads them through where you guys are. They are short on mercenaries.
Really?
Hey. Hey.
Must be short on ribs.
All right.
Yeah, y'all like running around naked. Try casting detect magic now.
All right.
This map is not big enough.
Hey, there's 3 M's. Shouldn't there be like a D or something?
M's are the mercenaries.
Yeah, but there were on 2.
There should be a guy with a goatee somewhere.
There are
3 wizards, 2 mercenaries.
That's 3 wizards, 3 mercenaries.
no. You guys have killed 5 mercenaries, at least 3.
Right.
At least 3. They had
But
8.
we're still missing a wizard.
Yeah, I know that.
That's true.
Okay.
You are correct.
Oh man.
Actually, these guys would be reversed. All right, I guess to start this, so these guys are on high alert. They know that something's up, and they are looking to see what's happening. You guys are on high alert. You see them coming in, sort of where you need them to be. I guess at this point, once they're sort of into your trap area, I guess at this point we will do opposing stealth versus perception rolls. To see if you guys can get the jump on these guys. So, let's see. The way that'll work is my guys will make perception rolls. You guys will make stealth rolls, each of you. Any of you guys who beat my perception rolls will gain a round of surprise, right? So basically, your stealth versus my perception. If you beat my perception, you gain a round of surprise. Some or all of my guys may be surprised. Some of my guys may see you, and some may not. So I guess we'll figure that out as it goes.
What encounter is this?
Yeah, good call.
5.
This is 4,
4.
right?
No, this is
No, they beat our ass on 4.
No, that was 3. I gave you guys 4
No.
from that. You haven't had an encounter since then, right?
Okay,
we
okay.
have we did
had
the
an
We killed mercenaries.
Oh, the
We had an
murder
encounter with
mercenary?
3 mercenaries, and then we had an encounter with 2 mercenaries.
Yeah.
Look, the 2 mercenary
the encounter with
encounter.
3 mercenaries doesn't count, but the encounter with 3 mercenaries should.
Did anybody spend any resources on that encounter?
On the 3?
3. Any
Oh,
resources?
I did.
Yes,
I spent both of my spells.
and I cast
Encounter.
Dissonant Whispers.
And Mawax did the major illusion and all. That don't count as an encounter?
Okay, fine.
My actually encounter is an encounter.
You guys can be on 5. Encounter 5.
That's what we want.
All right,
Actually, you wanted 6, but 5 will do.
you guys.
Mine was-
Hard to please.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with 5.
What the hell? I don't even remember what all these are anymore.
Me
Yeah, I
either.
don't either. I don't
Neither
either.
do I, but I'm sure they can't hurt us.
Well, if you don't know, then I don't think you get to use it. Isn't that the thing? Like if you don't know what you're doing, then you don't get to
Oh,
actually.
I know.
Oh, you're yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
know what the rest of you all get.
just like the player's handbook.
Well, I was just gonna go look it up because there's a
Oh.
document.
Roy,
Yeah.
before this starts,
Uh-oh.
I want to use my Rod of the Pack Keeper to get one of my spell slots back.
Okay.
Ooh, all right. I have Banishment and Wall of Fire now.
This is gonna be so. This is gonna be such a. This is so bad. Oh, hey, 5th encounter is 1 encounter XP reward.
Yeah, but that's not the ones I was looking for. Yeah. I've already got the
Nice.
4th, which means I can give somebody up to 60 more hit points.
Where
Right.
is the 6 encounters thing?
It's a document that I shared once upon a time. It's probably in Discord someplace.
It's under D&D house rules and it's pinned.
Excellent.
Yeah, your 3rd and 4th stuff is pretty good. All right, well, I'll let you guys check that out. Okay, stealth checks. Who wants a stealth check?
Sure, I'll take one.
I'm using Inspiration on mine.
All right.
Me too. Actually,
I don't suppose I can get guidance on this.
I am not using inspiration on mine.
No, you can have guidance on this.
Come on.
I mean,
Wow.
Jesus Christ. I hate the inspiration mechanic.
I guess I'll use inspiration on this because it's really going to matter if I can get this damn wave off on it. Oh, wrong thing. Gotta grab this.
A big tree.
But what I am going to use, Roy, is
What?
Bardic Inspiration.
Well, that didn't work. Why did it disadvantage me? Oh, armor stealth penalty.
Well, that was a disaster.
Not really. It cancels out.
Yeah, but you got a 7, right?
Well, no, actually, I rolled and it did it as disadvantage. I had a 19 and a 7.
well, then you must not have used inspiration.
Save. So I marked it off, so I guess we can give you back inspiration.
Well, wait. Why are you? Your character is unnamed. What the heck?
Oh, there's an unnamed character up there. I don't know who that is.
That's Rafina's the missing character. So,
No, she's
um,
not. She's up there.
She's there.
I see her as the last person in the list.
oh, I'm
There's
covering
actually
that
an
spot.
extra person up there.
Oh,
And you close fantasy grounds.
No, I kicked you. Yeah, he was. Rafina was unnamed. Just join back in.
Uh-huh.
That might have been why. All right, so that'll get fixed. All right, move you.
Oh, sorry, I never did my thing.
Cool.
Whoa.
Somebody's gonna get five round.
All right, mercenaries. Let's see if the mercenaries can see anything. 13. All right.
Thanks to Bardic Inspiration, they cannot see me.
Take mirror. Ooh. All right. John, did you get back connected? Connected back in?
I'm waiting. It's loading.
Gotcha. All right. And Derek's wisdom check. 13. Okay, so
Isn't there one more wizard that would get a perception?
she already did. She rolled a 3 or something like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I see her.
So let's see.
Yay, rip again.
All right, Rafina is here.
That,
If it makes y'all feel any better, it'll work out for me.
All right, so the first round will count as a surprise round. Rastalnos. Actually, we'll start.
Initiative yet.
You haven't rolled initiative? Okay, we're gonna roll initiative, everybody. I will roll initiative as well. Oh, jeez. Figures. Here's my good initiative rolls.
go!
Stupid dice. You know the downside
Good
of
news is by the time you get to act, you'll be ready
All
to
right.
heal.
the main downside of virtual dice is that you can't throw them across the room. It really takes that one piece of fun out of it.
That is good point. Good point.
Oh man.
Oh, my.
To throw around here.
All right.
Will
Okay.
somebody send me some digital lube?
Sashira, you have the initiative on a surprise round. So the surprised people are going to be. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll lose to him. He has a 27.
Well, losing and being surprised are different. So he gets to go. So let's see. So the mercenaries.
I think they're all surprised the first round. Don't we get to go through our entire order and then start at the top of the combat tracker?
No, surprise works a little different than that. It's a little different. So Sashira gets to go first, but the mercenary. Sashira, what was your roll?
27.
Oh, my.
Natural 20.
27.
All right. So, well, okay, yeah, fine. So you can take your surprise. How does surprise? Is it an individual? See, this is where
By the way,
surprise.
it says that the combat tracker's on me, not him.
That's fine. This is where surprise gets really tricky.
Like a TV in the background.
All right, yeah. So I guess Sashira, since nobody could see you, then your attack is surprise. So for your attack, we'll count everyone surprised.
Great. I mean, most
Or for your
anyway.
turn, we'll count everyone as surprised. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. Do they notice others yet? They will, I imagine. So okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god! Can't believe I can't reach things. Of all the.
You can pay a key to dash, Paul.
What's that?
You can pay a key to
Yeah.
dash.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
Pay a key to dash. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I can get to Drex that way.
At least I'll let you kill him.
Well, I can't do all my things because I'm already spending my my bonus action. So I will get 2 attacks, however. It'll be a sitting duck otherwise. Yeah, that's a great thing.
This is the craziest thing. I can't believe it's so crazy.
So yeah, I got 100 feet of move, so I do that. And I'm in front of Drex with surprise. I don't think, does that give me any bonuses? Probably not.
He doesn't have dexterity bonus.
Yeah, he does.
I
I don't think
it
it does.
does.
Oh, there's no flat-footed in 5e.
Yeah, you just can't take reactions,
So
which is actually a big deal. A really big deal.
Yeah, you can't use shield.
Oh, okay.
That's a huge part of his armor class.
2 short sword swings, 2 my full action on short swords.
Who are you attacking?
Correct.
Drex.
Drax. All right.
I'm also going to spend a key if I hit, of course. Oh, I do. I'm going to spend a key to try to still his action. Be still his action. Sit down. He has a DC 15 save on stun.
Constitution.
Down 2 key. Yeah, DC.
All right. So do you want to stun him? You can spend as many keys you want in a round.
Yeah.
Monks are dangerous, man. Whew. Where's his Drax's? Alright, con save, DC 15. Oh, he's not stunned.
You roll for charisma.
Yeah.
Okay, my 16 still saves.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
We will.
Con, charisma, same letter, same thing, really. Basically the same thing.
The second attack appears to be a miss.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I think I'm done.
That's all right. You'll have next round.
Sure you will.
Well, they don't get to react to him, do they?
Well, let's see. Some of the they get to go. Some of them are going to get. This is really complicated.
React to him.
Let's see. Alessandra.
Yes.
So you were.
I have a 14 plus 2, which is 16.
14 plus 2. Why do you have plus 2?
I had Bardic Inspiration. I used it.
You keep Bardic Inspiration forever?
No, but we never did do a short rest, so it never went away.
So it has no duration.
It
Yeah,
has a
it's
duration.
10 minutes. 10
Oh,
minutes.
I thought it was an hour. Never mind.
It's a 10-minute
So I have a
duration.
14.
All right. So they did see you. The what's her name did not, but the rest did. So it's your action.
So, will we do? Okay, never mind. Carry on.
Only the mercenary saw me.
No. The. Yeah.
Dagnera got a 12.
All right. Correct.
Dirax got a 13.
Yeah, that's right. This is really where I just have no idea how this is supposed to work. It's too complex. Trying to work surprise against several people having surprise against several other people. I don't know how it's supposed to even work.
I mean, in the past, you've given the bad guys a surprise round.
Well, usually I roll individually, right? And they get a surprise round against whichever of you didn't find them. So, but in this case, it's many versus many. So the option is treat all the bad guys the same, which in this case doesn't really feel right, or try to work it out where it's multiple.
Just keep working it out. We'll struggle through it.
I don't know how to. I don't know what to do with this.
I mean, I think I think it's easy enough to go on each person's attack and say, "Is this a surprise round for you?" And the ones who, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll do this as a surprise. That's fine. Because you guys are trying to be stealthy. That's fine. But what do you want to do? Like, does it even matter? What are you trying to do, Alessandra? There's no reason for me to figure this out if you're just gonna blaster cannon something.
Well, I'm gonna blaster cannon something, but I'm hoping that I would be able to blaster cannon something again next round before the entire group of them rushed me.
I know. Everybody wants to take 6 rounds and have an easy win. I know what we want.
Just like you've done in the past. So I don't want to hear it.
Well, that's not an option.
I've had to live through surprise rounds. You've had to live through surprise rounds.
We're not advanced.
You're wearing me out.
Right.
Seriously.
Kill something.
All right, then. Just go. Do whatever you want to do. Jeez.
Not with that roll.
Come on, you gotta do better than that. All that. I have to do more than that. Come on.
He said do anything you want, and you just wanted to roll 2.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
All right.
I'm not done yet. I still get another attack. That's better.
Who are you attacking?
Desmira? Phasma?
Thasma. All right.
And A for minimum damage.
It sounds good though.
Yeah.
That does sound good.
Alright. That's me.
All right. So Zagmir, does she get to go or does she not get to go? This is what I'm really frustrated about.
You have to figure out who she rolled higher than.
But that doesn't say whether she gets to go or not. That doesn't help. Do you understand that? Like, if she beat half of you, does she get to take a turn or not get to take a turn?
Against the half of us, I guess she does.
All right, so she gets to take a turn against who she sees.
She can react only to the people that
You've invented this mechanic, so
I did. I'm trying to resolve this via 5e rules. If any of you guys know how 5e rules work to reconcile this, I am 100% open to answers here. If anybody actually knows how it's supposed to work.
In the player's handbook, it says that the DM can decide if one side or the other gets surprise.
Get surprise.
I would suggest you don't allow her to attack somebody she didn't see.
Okay, wait, Elliot, please. I'm trying to actually figure out the rules on this. So I decide if one side or the other gets surprise.
Or both. And then it applies that the same surprise thing that we've always done, which is one side gets to go and the other side gets screwed.
But what if some of the side sees you and some of the side doesn't see you?
And to be honest with you, I'd say there's no surprise. But there's nothing more complicated than that in the player's handbook.
All right, I don't want to invent a complicated mechanic. That's for sure. All right, well then we'll go. I guess we'll just go without surprise. We'll let Sashira have done her surprise since she's invisible and fast and flighty, and that's all fine. Yeah, so I guess fine. I guess if the guards can see you guys and they can see some of you guys, then that will spoil the surprise. I'm gonna research this because I thought it was a little more complex than that, but a grenade. That's what I really need is a grenade.
It seems very simple.
Okay.
Determine surprise, establish position, roll initiative, take turns. Begin the next round.
Yeah. All right, let's try that. But now that they're not surprised.
So that if they're not surprised, it sort of screws the whole ambush.
Right. Well.
Oh well.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, if they weren't surprised, then I probably wouldn't have attacked. I would have held my action. But okay.
Okay, we can take the damage off, and you can hold your action and do nothing.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
think Sess is in trouble.
Might be.
Yeah.
All right. So, Zegmira's up next. She.
Now the stealth does make a difference because it depends on who she saw.
Yeah.
Right now, there's only 2 targets unless she saw somebody's.
Well, I mean, Sess made herself obviously known.
Yeah, and so did Alessandra didn't move then, right?
I didn't move.
Okay.
All right. Zegmira disappears.
About here is where the whole combat's going to start turning south.
Oh, don't be so negative. All right. Mercenaries see Sashira and turn their mighty wrath upon her.
Well, I'm not dancing. I thought I got a surprise round. This is terrible.
I just don't know what to do. All right. I don't know what to do to avoid everybody being mad. What do you want to do? How do I make the players happy? Everybody's upset. What do I do? All right. Go ahead. Let's do that. Surprise round. All right. Who else wants to go? Well, actually, all right. Your turn. No. Total surprise round. I'm sorry. I'm rechanging all of that. I'll put Zegmira back in here too. I know what to do. All right, there. All right. Maxinari, go. Surprise.
I will conjure my air elemental.
All right. What else?
I think that's all I can do.
All right, surprise. Rasta on this. What do you want to do?
Want to cast Fireball.
All right, do it.
All right.
They're all surprised, so I guess they fail saves.
All right. I'm gonna catch those 4.
Which... All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
The 3 wizards and a mercenary.
All right. Roll damage.
All right. So I don't. need to
Anybody
worry
you
about
want.
save.
No, I don't think it automatically gets a save.
Did you just do damage, no save or anything?
I thought you said there was no save. I listened. You said roll damage. All right. There.
This is.
Why don't we just reset the whole combat?
No, we're not resetting the combat. No. We're getting done with this
11 o'clock
combat. Yes, we're getting done with this combat, and we're gonna be done with it. All right. Did you target them with the fireball, or did you just roll dice?
I targeted them with the fireball.
All right. So then it must have already done. For its fantasy grounds manages the save, right?
Well, I
No,
did.
he didn't click save.
I did the damage first. So undo the damage. I'll roll the attack and roll the damage. So undo everything that I just did.
You can actually just add 17 back to Zegmira and Dirax.
No, Zegmira took 35. Everybody took 35.
Yeah, I know. So if you add 17 back to Zegmira and Dirax.
And Adam, take into account the fact they were the only ones that made their saves.
All right. What is this? 20. All right. Oop, nope. Well, oh no, that's even worse. There we go. Oh wait, no, round the other way. Sorry. Take 17 back. All right. Damage. All right. What else? Somebody else?
Rafina still has to go.
All right, Rafina, go.
Go too.
All right.
So
Rafina,
is
what do you want to do?
Alexander doing anything, or did she just skip this whole round?
Alessandra
No, I
blasted
did
people.
damage.
She got her surprise thing. She blasted people.
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
It
You guys are
happened.
total surprising. Even though they saw you guys, it's a total surprise round. I got it. What do you want to do?
Control water and suck them all in.
All right. They all get sucked into the water. And they drown. The end.
Awesome.
You win.
Come on, man.
What? All right. But this is the only way to make anybody happy. Come on.
It's not, but you don't say that we're getting a surprise round, and then after 2 people have gone, you retroactively take it away. That does kind of fuck us over, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right. Well,
I mean, that's
thanks for tuning in. We're gonna rectify this. See you guys. Another thing. Yeah, dude. That's seriously over your shit. Catch you guys later on. Tune in. All that. Bye bye.